All right, episode 31 of Call of the Netherdeep here on the Jasili Games. I am the DM, Jasili. This is yet again another jump back to and from Netherdeep cuts because we don't have a full party today, so we're going to the B team. To introduce themselves, I'll throw it to the players.
Hello, hello. My name is Hunter, and today we will be playing Dudu Podo.
Hi, I'm Aaron. I'm playing Aljin, the Sea Elf Sorcerer.
Hey, my name is Matt. I'm the person speaking now, and today I'll be playing Trixie!
Yeah. So, not gonna really recap what happened to the last team because, well, on the screen you can see where they are currently at, facing down a red moon dream beholder that calls itself the first eclipse inside an adult blue dragon's lair, and we'll get back to that eventually. But today, with the B team, we're gonna catch up. The last episode where we were with them was aptly named Simon Says, where Aljin and his newly met companions Trixie and Dudu, they investigated a murder mystery with a few silly twists. A local wizard named Solomon had allegedly been murdered, and his simulacrum named Simon with two eyes needed help in solving the crime. The party, having freshly returned Ank'Harel, sought out the new job and came upon a bloodbath of a horror scene. The investigation was interrupted by a rival team of mystery solvers featuring Freddy, the junior prince, and his gang, so the race was on to find all of the clues. In searching, Aljin polymorphed into a dog and had come across a red-looking elephant figurine, a wondrous figurine that was corrupted with iridium, and it came to life and wreaked havoc all over, nearly killing Aljin in the process. But the sorcerer was saved by a clutch silvery barbs, almost as if it never happened. After the battle, a known figure, Professor Prolix Yusuf, came on the scene and intercepted the hands of Ord, claiming this business of the allegiance of Allsight. He then informed Aljin that his other party, the ones from Bazistan, are all presumed dead and perished, never having been seen leaving the Betrayer's Rise. But he did mention, in fact in the episode, that he had come here with the other party, led by the blue one and traveling with that ogre named Maggie and the others. This left the young Ashari shook for quite a moment, while Dudu helped solve the murder mystery inside the shop. Something with a feigned death and a jealous simulacrum. You know how things go. Party was promised some magical items, with Dudu getting a few gear upgrades, Trixie obtaining a quiver of the adder, which is just as silly as it sounds, and then Aljin requested a means to contact or scry or get a hold of somebody, a very tricky ask for a sorcerer of his subclass. But I think was told to come back while Solomon tries to think of something. They all left out to be put up at the Crystal Chateau, the home base of the Allegiance of Allsight, where they host many of their universities here in the city of Ank'Harel. The session ended with Aljin thinking heavily on the past and the things that brought him to this point. He then remembered the ritual that had performed when he first met Morgen and Ludo, and had taken out the Crimson Antidote potion, and that was created with a mixture of various divine and arcane elements. Thus, he cleared himself of the corruption that had haunted him and forced all of this to begin with. That was where we left off with Team B. While Team A, facing down some spooky red moon dream beholder, like we said. It'll be a wicked fight. We'll get there next time. It's gonna be awesome.
Be a wicked fight.
So yeah, that is where we left off with all of that. And I'll take you guys back to get you off of that jury screen, take you to the splash. And we leave with, I believe, Aljin having a very powerful moment, remembering, thinking of Morgen, and everything, the whole ritual that began it all. Drank the potion. I was going to ask if there's anything else for you that you wanted to cover that night, and also get to Trixie and Dudu after that.
Yeah, so when he drinks the potion, does the vermilion spot go away?
Yeah.
Because he's spotted vermilion I think it was called Vermilion Spotted.
Mm-hmm.
Is the feat that the custom feat that you gave Aljin.
Yeah.
Does that, or was that a long rest type thing? I mean, it goes on that.
As you drink the potion and you start watching the spot, you sit for a moment, you're waiting for like some immediate effect, and you can like swear you feel like a burning, a light, something like kind of like a poison being burnt out of you by whatever you just drank, and you get a moment where you're really, really thirsty, so you pull out the little gourd that's been traveling with you this whole time.
Yeah.
And you cork it open and you start drinking and drinking, almost as if you've been as dry as the desert. And it is just purifying and washing all through you. This gourd that has always been with you, always traveled along, and now that you remember it, you've never refilled this thing. You've never had to fill it back up with water. It has always had trusty, fresh, whatever type that you've ever needed, and whatever volume that you try and call forth from it.
Because when he pulls all of his, basically he knows that's his, like, he uses it as a focus. Every spell, he usually dips into it or pulls his, in his hand, or throws, water in his hand to cast spells. That's his focus on that. And just sort of exhausted, that vermilion spot it's on his left hand, between his, I think it was between his, or no, on his index finger, left index finger. As it like sort of fades off, he sort of looks at it and not wanting, because there's a few things, like he's sort of grown a little bit with this whole thing of thinking back of leaving his, Ashari family, and then leaving his found little group family to find another small group. He sort of doesn't want to forget some of the things he's done, so he holds up like firebolt, like a small, and pulls into a small bead and puts it right on where that spot was, and just sears a red like burn mark, just holding it and waiting, and just waiting for it to sear into his skin as he keeps that little spot there.
And I'll say, as much damage as you want to have dealt to yourself, you're taking a rest anyway, but as much of a scar physically that you think that needs to leave, you tell me.
I mean, it's gonna sear. I mean, I'm scared at this point, because if I roll 2d10, it's gonna be dangerous. Hey, let's do it. Let's see what happens. Let's see if I die from my own.
What are the odds you max?
What are the odds I max?
At
8 points.
It's only like Saeryn does that in a moment of actual like.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at him like, I'm looking like 2d10. I'm like, there's a chance I roll a 10 and a 9.
There's a chance.
And then I'm just passed out in a room.
I love the idea of Aljin rolling that well on damage,
Yeah, me too.
Yeesh.
So he sort of like sears that into his hand, and then like just kind of collapses at that point.
Amazing.
Trying for the bed, but misses. And sort of is like that drunken half on the bed, half not, like sort of like arms and head up on the bed, and like feet off, like just pass out.
Awesome.
Can I get rid of this freaking feet?
Yes. Get rid of that feet.
Thank you.
And then with that, you feel a warmth wash over you, like a moonlight, a solid silver beam. And you feel that warmth fill in your whole body. And you should now refresh your page and look at your items. Your decanter of endless water that has always been with you and in your inventory that you never knew about has gone through a change. It is now the gourd of never-ending tides.
Okay.
And it is awakened.
Yeah, give me some time.
Yeah.
There's a lot of text.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a lot of text.
Yeah. So, when everyone else walked through the doors of the Betrayer Eyes and they got a cool upgraded item, that was this was
the thing you wanted me to do like half a year ago.
No, I love it. This is a nice little blessing to Sahanin, and Aljin is feeling good radiance. So all of you probably hear like a shriek and a grunt, and then like a flop down in the rooms next door. So I wasn't sure if Dudu and Trixie were bunking together or not.
I'm deeply trying to remember exactly what Dudu's class was.
It's a druid.
Okay, Druid. Okay, cool. I was about to say, like, we have some healing, right? Because I certainly don't.
I don't know if they'd be bunking together, but I think Dude would probably take notice with a high wisdom, but I think he would say to themselves, like, well, that doesn't sound good. I'm just going to stay here. That sounds like
Trixie's
a problem
playing
for
Five
another
Finger
day.
Fillet. She doesn't hear anything.
Amazing, yeah, you two. In the other room while that's passing, I mean, you two, like, you feel like you definitely started getting caught up in something that is, like, maybe a little bit more going on than you both realize. This new strange companion has had some weird shit happening. I don't know if there's any personal things that you guys have that you want to take care of. If not, you can all settle down for the evening.
We're in a college, right?
Yes, so to help paint the scene, you followed the professor, the tiefling, back to the Crystal Chateau in what would be the Sigil district. So the Crystal Chateau is an immense structure of smoky quartz and white marble. It is a major landmark in the Sigil district. A small stream winds through these gardens that line around the building before flowing under an opening into the main hall, where the bubbling sound of its water is said to have helped inspire the highest of thoughts. A white fence closes off the premises to all members except the legions of all sight, but you are all able to come through. This place doubles as a university for the teaching of spellcraft and arcane theory, and as center for the Allegiance of All Sight's operations. Though not all members of the All Sight are students or professors at the university, every would-be pupil must first become a member of the faction. Tuition is free, since the chateau's expenses are subsidized by the city, and the expectation that the university's graduates will use their gifts to protect Ank'Harel and enhance its prestige across the world. But it's pretty much, very nice, fluffy, has a very scholarly, like a university type vibe and atmosphere, and you were put up in some like the extra lodging quarters that weren't currently in use.
And it's I guess pretty late into the night.
Yeah, this would have been pretty much a little bit after sundown. It was probably getting around like 10ish or so, maybe not by now.
By this time, Dudu would track her down somewhere.
Excellent. Yeah, I think you pretty much all three were like given like bunks within like a row of each other, and options like could have bunked up in one room or spread out to multiple other rooms. And it's the professor Prolix Yusuf, the tiefling, and he says when he set you all down, he's like, "Oh yeah, sure. Here's the room. If you ever need anything, anyone to run for anything, just ring the bell here at the side of your beds, and one of the people will come through and help set you up for the night."
Trixie is eyeing that bell hard.
Yeah, it's actually like a really nice like silver bell with like a good like inlay and a good attention to detail. You give it a chime at one point, I think, just to like test it, and it's
Absolutely, I am.
Definitely like a nice pure C5.
I like the idea. You know what? Yeah, Trixie absolutely has perfect pitch.
Oh, 100%. Like, I think that's part of the Fae, Best thing is I actually used to have notes of the different notes in here because that's part of the components for plane shift. Yeah, as you need a key that rings with the sound of that thing, but I think I deleted them all, so I will spare you all the annoying sound.
Not to get entirely off tangent, but my 1 to 20 Sunday campaign character as a warlock had plane shift for literal like years of game time before I found a single thing that I could use as a spell component, and everyone made fun of me for taking it for a very long time. And then it got useful.
See? That's the point, you know? Like, sometimes you just need the thing. The DM's like, when you need to go somewhere, I'll give you the key.
It's a Mystic Arcanium. You can't change them later. You gotta take stuff you know is gonna be useful.
Oh, the curse of warlocks and sorcerers.
Yeah.
Like, make a choice now. It's gonna last with you. Yeah, to help give a scene and image for what you might be looking at for the Crystal Chateau, I think this is a good approximation of it. Just, you know, not with these people. These people are long gone.
Just who are these people?
Those tokens don't even exist anymore. Broop.
I can only imagine if Trixie saw a satyr. I don't want to know what that would do to you. Woo! You're from home!
Oh, wait, that actually might be the time to use that song. All right. But yeah.
Woo yourself, go.
At one point of the things, one of the little scholars, when you ring the bell, they peep their head in and they're just like, oh yes, may I help you?
Do you do room service?
Do you need water? Are you looking for the facilities? Do you need a book? I can give you a book.
Yes. Oh. Where are they? What are they? What do they look like? Who's in them? Are they currently in use?
Oh dear. So what books have you ever read?
A bunch, a whole lot. I've read like most of them.
You see this person is dumbfounded. Dude, it could be a person.
How many books could it possibly be? Like 15?
In our current stock, we have over 12,500 books right now.
Trixie is like staring dumbfounded at like a number she's never considered before. That's enough books to get to the moon.
Oh, actually, someone did that equation once. So if you assume that each book's height is approximately, point, that's that. You know, they just start like going off on a math tangent, and like
just
the number
Trixie
is
nodding?
astronomical. Yeah. But you see, they're able to, if there is any particular book of interest, she like looks at your gear and she like looks at your style and she like comes back with like books on the Feywild.
Well, now my head hurts.
Mine too. I will leave you for the evening. Unless you need anything else, I'll have the professor who brought you come attend to you next time.
Sounds great. Thank you.
That's about typical Fey interaction.
She starts drinking water very loudly.
Heard that.
Just staring, yeah.
Yeah, you see, this poor woman's just like out wandering the halls, just like, I don't know what I've got myself into. Excellent. Would Dudu have had anything else for the evening as well?
Actually, could you bring me a book?
Yes. You are familiar with books, right? Just want to make sure.
I am familiar with books. I was hoping you might have something about maybe Sorella, the Archart.
Oh, yes. We should have plenty of knowledge about him. Although you would probably have a little better, more direct knowledge from if you go to the guided district, where his temple is, where their temple is there. But yeah, I can bring you. Like, are you looking just like about the church in general, like lore and legend about the god itself?
I think perhaps something about just the legend of them.
So yeah, let me go see what I can go find. And they go and take a little look. It's like a little bit of time, but eventually they do come back, and there are some knowledge you're able to learn about Corellon. So most of it, so you already have the what's known as the from the handouts from the players, the guardian of spring, beauty, and the arts. Corellon's the patron of arcane magic and the fae. The founding inspired them to wander twisted lands, seeing them with the first arcane magics and raising the most ancient of forests. It was by the Archeart's hand that the first elves wandered from the Feywild, and for this they are considered the mother and father of all elves. Those who seek art in all their work, whether magical or mundane, often worship at the altar of Corellon. They loathe the Spider Queen and her priestess for leading the drow astray. But you also find, as you start investigating more, and there's like more like excerpts, and they start bringing you more recent material, because they have found in the Legions of Allsight particularly, they're delving into an expedition down below the city, the Maw of Kael'Mara, they're calling it. And because you came with the Professor Ulix, they're like giving you this info. They assume that you're like involved with this manor. And they believe that there used to be a temple to the Archeart that is like buried in whatever ruins are beneath this city. And
I think I would make that known to Trixie. Trixie, before we leave this place, I was wondering, do you think we could go take a look at this baby temple that might be below the city?
Ooh. Yeah, I could definitely be down for that.
Well, for now, though, I think it's time for me to get some rest. But, future plans for sure.
yeah, and it's
Trixie starts wondering about like how many like explosives she would need to put at the bottom of the giant hole to launch something up very high, and quickly gets lost in the daydream and doesn't do any kind of work actually mathing it out.
love it. And it's like right on the page, like before your eyes like start to glaze over, it's like mentions of like this unknown figure hero that prayed at the temple of the Archeart and saved the land before the final moments between Groomsh's blow. You find that is like actually like what they believe the city used to be. What this wet desert wasteland used to be was a utopian jungle full of life and green verdant plants and water and a height of society, and it was destroyed by Groomsh, the ruiner god. But there's allegiance have been collecting snippets of rumors and vague mentions and the things that they can recover from their expeditions down below, that mentions of a singular figure that potentially like averted an even larger crisis. And then you all drift off to bed. Research in mind. I will say, go ahead and hit that long rest button.
Hooray!
You all have a beautiful, nice rest, as easy as you all want it to be. I think Aljin's dreams might be a little bit more chaotic.
Yep.
And eventually, since everyone has the does the Eladrin have the 4-hour sleep trance?
Yes, Eladrin have transferring.
Beautiful. So you would be able to wake up halfway through the night, way earlier than the rest of your party. Those visions of explosions in the hole and everything in your head. So I'll say you have a good few hours to burn before anyone else.
No, Aljin's still technically a sea elf for being half lineage.
Oh, do you have the trance sleep as well? I forgot. Yeah, Team Elf. Yeah, you and Morgen were on the easy watches.
Early rise. Yeah.
Awesome. So, wait, is Dudu also an elf?
Yeah.
All right, team fucking elf. Let's go. 4
Team
hours.
You the magical sleep.
You all don't really need to dream, actually. Funnily enough. Beautiful. So 4 hours
That's
after
funny.
you all go to trance, retcon, you all wake up still way before sunrise, and you all hear each other stirring in the rooms next to each other.
That's crazy. 3 elves.
That really is. I'm like, wait a minute, and I looked at Duduzar. I'm like, that's a fucking elf too.
That's a fucking elf too. Everybody's an elf.
No, that's beautiful. It's you all can get shit done on the same timeline. So
I think
Boy, it sure is nice being able to get an early start to the day, not have anyone straggling, sleeping behind.
Okay, I know Saren's not here.
but it feels very pointed, doesn't it?
hey, you got Mox now.
Oh yeah, you got Mox, and I mean, yeah, it's just one on
Yeah,
on
it's just
the original
Morgan's
team.
that's been left alone
Just
now in the
Morgen,
morning.
Yeah, because it was Aljin and Morgen having those little like walks,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
and
her time with
talks
like
and-
her adopted grandson, and
Yeah.
that might be on Finian's mind when he wakes up. But
I mean,
Trixie and
100%.
Dudu, hell yeah, the morning
100%.
is yours. You as you all wake up, you all hear it's like oh, the Professor Ulix, he'll be awake shortly. Guess you all yeah, you guess we all didn't realize that you were all trancers. Is there anything you any food you would require?
I'll
Aljin
take.
has. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Everybody talk at once.
Mhm.
Aljin comes out with like his hair a mess, like pulled down. I mean, Aljin for being an elf is in his young ages still, technically. So he's like in his like broody emo face, where he has like,
Yes.
you know, yeah, he's had a lot of crap happen. He overnight turned emo, I think at this point, with like hair over one eye, and he's just looking at him he's like, hi, well, do you have just some, I mean, just like toast and ale would be great. Thanks. Perfect. And he just,
Yes, the scholar's breakfast.
oh, okay. I thought it was gonna be adventurer's breakfast, but I guess that's more meats. But yeah, that. And he just sort of like, just looks down and like, yeah, that's about it.
Beautiful, and it's
You got one up.
nice, easy breakfast where you're all able to take some time, and it's not too much longer. Like within the hour, you hear the burly, bleary-eyed tiefling Yusafi walks in eventually, and he says, "Oh, I didn't realize you all gonna be waking up so early. But welcome officially to the Allegiance of Allsight, the Crystal Chateau. Is there any questions? Anything I can do for you all? My condolences again, young CL."
He just sort of wouldn't say anything at this point, and he just sort of like looks down. It's very much survivor's guilt at this point in his brain that he's the only one that survived his party, and you know he that was like, I mean, him and Ludo were companions for a little bit, and he's sort of like very very much in the brooding phase of anger.
But I hate to get things so official, right to the beat in the morning, but I was going to ask you all for some help, if possible.
Well, we just finished doing a job for someone else, so I suppose our time right now is free. What is it that you request of us?
As you might be aware, the Allegiance of Allsight is conducting a massive excavation project in the Sigil District here. It's an effort to explore the ruins of Kael'Maro, the much older city that we found below Ank'Harel here.
So you want us to go into the big hole?
Well, not necessarily. See, we have that pretty much good. The mall is well done, and we have our own things there. But we have started hearing rumors that there might be possibly another entrance into Kael'Maro that runs through the city's oasis here. Would you
So you
please?
want us to go find a different hole?
Yes. Would you be able to go investigate these claims as you the politics around this excavation has been marred in, let's just say, light controversy. As the universities here in the city, we are, the prestiged, honored ones that were granted permission by Jaman Saor to first start digging down. And then when we found everything, he gave us the sole, exclusivity of the site. And there's these other organizations, the first that comes to mind, the Sentinels of Memory. They're a shrewd bunch of old blowhards who believe there's something down there that we shouldn't be investigating, something in prison that will unleash upon the world. A bunch of nonsense. A bunch of scared old fools who are worried about their constant proceedings and not learning about the past of this actual place. And we fear that they have been allying with the consortium of Vermilion Dreams, those red weirdos that wear the cloaks. You, Aljin, you remember them, that one very nasty lady in Bazazan.
He just sort of nods at this point, like,
So
again, just swigs down his ale.
So we need to investigate these claims so we can get on top of that. If we're able to claim that, if those rumors are true, then we're able to claim ownership of them and prevent anyone untoward who would be trying to sabotage our efforts from getting in there. I am authorized to pay your group 300 gold pieces for your time and trouble.
Hey!
I feel like I should have led with that.
Always start with the money, honey.
The money, honey. I like that.
Good for you. So, when do we start?
If you accept, I can give you the information in the dossier right here.
What do you think, Dudu?
I believe that these terms are acceptable.
Excellent.
Aljin?
At this point, it's been like a day, right? Am I right on timeline?
Yeah, pretty much
Like we sort of met up.
The last afternoon was when he discovered that, and then you all, eventually went back with him for the evening, and
Aljin be like, just sort of shrugs and goes, I need to make, I think, one stop before we do anything back to, man, I just drew a blank on his name.
the wizard Solomon Goggins.
Solomon.
Yeah.
I just need to go back to Goggins sometime. That's it, before we go.
Oh yeah, I can understand that. And of course, any resources, anything you need, documents or research. I can't. If you do this for us, I can officially induct you as members of the Allegiance of All Sight, and with the badges, you'll have much more freedom. But if you need anything, you can go through me for permissions, or I can get it for you.
Badges?
Oh yes,
I love badges.
The badges are really great.
I'm in for badges.
I should have led with the badges. And then he goes to explain. He's like, "You're the contact that we have there. There's a gnome who works at the Life Dome. He goes by the name Carlisle Krugen, and let him know that we sent you. And show him. And he hands you like a piece of paper with documents and seals." So that is now how I would spell the name Carlisle, but I'm pretty sure that it has to be pronounced Carlisle.
It's Carlisle.
Yeah.
Hold on, we're gonna get a little Falinel on this. Carlisle Krugen. Krugen.
Yeah. That's
George.
George, yeah. George. It's just Gorgug. How can you not say it? Krugen. But hell yeah, so he gives you the information. Is there anything else you would need from the tiefling who just talks way too much?
I need 8 arrows.
I
Very specific.
believe that we can't. I can't source any equipment for that. We're not really suited for that. But I'm sure if you go to a local blacksmith and let them know it's for Legions of All Sight, once you can show badges, we can, we do have deals with various, businesses around the city for mutual aid.
So we
I
can bring
was gonna berate you for having 25,000 books and no arrows, but then you mentioned the badges again, so I'm back in.
Ah, yes, they are very shiny.
It sounds like we can just bring receipts back and he'll reimburse us for receipts.
Yes, yeah. It's a very, very paperwork, very, very bureaucratic. I love
Goody,
it.
paper trails.
Of course, without a proper paper trail, I mean, we document everything that we go and find in the excavations. We make sure it gets recorded. Any people that are involved on any of the reports. You all have to. I'll fill out most of the paperwork, but I will need signatures and authorizations after your reports, your findings.
I guess so. I kind of miss the days when I was, buying ales and getting rooms for trading in whispers and secrets and sense of balances and other people's names. But I guess this is fine too.
Ah, you see, that's politics. Once you get up high enough, that's the currency that you trade in.
Damn it!
We might make a bureaucrat of you yet.
Goody.
That is Trixie's biggest nightmare. Just like mountains, like a tidal wave of paperwork is just filling your mind.
When it comes to when it comes to the Fey realm, the idea of trading in secrets and whispers and names is ooh, it's magical and ooh, fantastical. You just brought up the fact that that's literally a bureaucrat's job.
And it makes it seem way more mundane and just ew.
Yeah, it's definitely took the wind out of the sails on poor Trixie there.
Not whimsical somehow.
Yeah, which double-edged sword throws Aljin back onto his purpose of trying to be the leader of his group, and all this talk of being, him being the head of something is throwing him back that way. It's he's also crawling back a little bit of this sucks.
Yeah. So you all head out. I believe the first stop is at the shop.
Yeah. If we can find it, because it was a pop-up shop, right?
Yes.
It was in the middle of multiple buildings in a weird magical space.
Yes. He
Correct.
did say,
If my
hey,
drunken
try and
mind is
come
correct.
back if you can. We will have you all head out and make your way through the city. Very easy enough to remember your way. It takes actually a few passes of it's finally on the third, no, I'm pretty sure this is Dale. You're seeing the sign that says Mystical Pursuits, the magical shop that was next to it with the the tiefling owner and all of that, the rival of the shop. But then you see a twinkling of a glimmer out of this edge of your eye of your peripheral, and then you hear a whisper out of into your head, Aljin, all three of you, and it says, oh yeah, just come right through. It's just an illusion.
I'll just sort of look around and sort of pinpoint the sparkle of magic, and he's just it's one of those things he puts both hands in, and as his fingertips go through, he opens it up and sort of walks in.
And you open now. As you reach through, it feels like a doorknob forms solidly in your hand, and you open up, and you we're above table. This is basically the Marvelous Mansion spell. He has now moved his dimension pocket into a little bit more of a manageable area, and less prone to chaos happening without his control.
Now, you're a shop. How do you get people to come in if you're sort of magically hidden?
Oh, I'm actually leaving town soon, but just for the sake of it, I know that you were all gonna come back because we were talking last night, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was hopefully trying to pick something up.
Yes. So I was doing research and trying to look into this, and you're a sorcerer, correct? More of
Correct,
a bloodline
correct.
magic, and
Yeah.
can you help narrow down like what do you do with your sorceress magic?
He reaches over and uncorks the uh, his little gourd, and sort of at this point pulls out like a bead of water, and he forms it in his hand, and he'll do a couple different things. I mean, using a little bit of druid craft, a little bit of magic. Essentially, he makes like a bloom of flower, and then it goes into like trickles down into water, and then like he sort of like freezes it, and it's sort of like this very like fluid style magic, and it will like all being cantrips basically will like
Mhm.
go into a like a lightning lure like shocking grasp style electric as he pulls it up, and then when he slams his hands together you hear the thunderclap of like going across. He's like, that's sort of a water based storm-ish sort of magic.
Yes, okay. So, um, won't be able to help you cast the certain types of spells you're looking for. Uh, a focus for like a scrying, that one might be a little difficult to obtain. With a little bit of work, I could potentially think of like a single-use type ritual. That if you have anything on the person that you're trying to scry on. I was also thinking there's another thing I could potentially do, but that would be a little bit. You're gonna have to. I could perform a dream ritual to bring you all into like a dream of someone you're intending to find, and then that will help you be able to have like more of like a thorough conversation, because you know the problem with like sending and scrying, it's like very limited knowledge. You just kind of can see a room that someone's in, but if they're in like somewhere you can't see outside, it's hard to tell where they're at. With sending, it's very limited to the amount of words that you can say.
Yeah. He sort of like thinks around and like passed down thinking of the party and what he has. He pulls out a single raven's feather he had that he got when he was in jail, when he were in prison or in captive in
Yeah,
Morgen.
y'all were jailed for the break-in.
Yeah, Morgen
Mhm.
Morgen handed him through a little hole this feather, and he sort of goes, I have something from someone I'm looking for. I mean, hopefully she's part of the party that I'm looking for, so I have this.
Are you gonna scry on a bird?
No, no. She has a bird. It was a he was a cool bird. He's
Was
a cool
the bird where the feather came from?
I don't think so. Aljin thinks a little bit. He's like, no, she just had it. She was always covered in feathers, sort of. It's raven feather. Because I have this.
Oh, okay, yeah. And he like does like a little flare magic, and he says, "This does have quite a strong attachment to it. There's an essence of magic and soul components in here. I believe this could be very powerful to do what you want. Would you be trying to just get like, are you just trying to get a quick glimpse of her, or are you trying to have a conversation?"
I just want to know if they're alive.
I get it now. Well, if you give me some time, I can conduct and prepare the ritual. Timing usually does have an effect on things. We could form and try and set up a ritual for nightfall, in the waning the Raven's hour.
I mean, we're on sort of a little bit of a trip at this point. We're gonna go somewhere, but we'll try to come back at that point. I think.
Yeah, I think I can stay around and if you come back around midnight, I think we can perform some sort of ritual and perform a scry.
You gonna be here? You gonna move around again?
I'll be
He sort
here.
of
They
gives
keep
him
the
a little
doorway.
bit of a
Yeah.
He sort of gives him a little bit of a sly look, like,
Yeah, I realized that the heat might be a little hot from, everything that happened. So as far as the city's concerned, I've moved on. Which, I am losing a lot of business with that upcoming tournament. Are you all competing, by the way?
I don't think I am. When is the tournament?
It should be like within the next few days, less than a week.
Ugh. I'm not really a punchy type of person.
I saw the aftermath of you getting thrashed yesterday. That makes sense. But yes,
Yeah,
I will
yeah.
work on this.
Trixie might be.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or you two? You two look pretty powerful.
Do I get to shoot things?
That's pretty much all you do. Whoever shoots or punches the best pretty much wins. They start off with like a few waves of like random creatures for the various parties to fight against, and then they narrow down the categories from there, and then eventually people start fighting against the other parties in bracket style until you get up to the championship.
Oh, well, that does sound pretty appealing.
I'm not necessarily a competitive kind of person, but I wouldn't be opposed to having some fun along the way.
It's people love it. Who doesn't love a good gladiator sport?
Just above the table clarification of something.
Yes.
Is the plan to do a scry or a dream attempt?
I don't know. 100% true. I don't know. He just wants to know if they're alive at this point.
Above table, here's the issue with dream.
Mm-hmm.
They have to sleep.
True.
I don't think Morgan sleeps. I think she trances.
True. It could. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. I mean, and Al sort of knows that, but he's sort of at this point just wants to know location wants to know if they're alive. He doesn't even.
Yeah.
At this point, he doesn't even care about location because at this point he was told they're dead. So he just wants to know, are they alive? Like, it was initially where are they, and then he was told by Professor what's his name that they're dead, and now it's no, that can't be possible. They're alive, and this point is just, are they alive?
Got it. Cool.
Excellent. So yeah, just come back at midnight, and we'll figure out whatever you need to perform. Then I'll just get everything ready.
Okay. I mean, all right. I think we have a few things to do anyway, so at least the day will hopefully fly by.
Excellent. And just to be safe, as on your way out, and he goes ahead and casts Greater Invisibility on all of you that'll last for 1 minute. He's like, on your way out of the shop, so no one sees you leaving.
Oh, thanks. Could you look at this magical arrow I found in my inventory for some reason? Just identify it real quick.
Oh, yes. Let me take a look at that. And he
And 1 minute passes, and we all become visible.
No, he
He can reclass a 4th level spell.
He's very powerful wizard. He identifies. He's like, oh yes, I can tell you exactly what this is. Actually, I was wondering because that came off of my shelf recently, and you look over to a shelf that you grabbed that arrow from the day before when you were in the shop.
Loot.
I just listened to that part this morning, and I'm like, oh yeah, Trixie does have a random arrow in her pocket. I believe that is a that is an enchanted +2 arrow.
Shit.
Hot dog. Don't suppose you have any regular arrows stashed around here?
Mundane arrows. I do have some that are waiting to be enchanted.
Could I just maybe grab a few of those?
Yeah. Here, load up.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. She grabs 7.
Excellent. And he says, "You can keep that."
And before anyone starts to get weird about my tracking the arrows, I'm pretty sure the quiver can hold 20. So that's why I'm like, okay.
Love the honesty. Love it.
Yeah.
So, you all get your stuff and everything you need, and Prolix is not here.
You said it was a +2 arrow or +1 arrow?
Plus two arrow.
Hot diggity.
That's a nice. It's like 100 on his on your arrow at this point.
Yeah, good single use.
Yeah.
We need to guarantee a little extra oomph. So, do you all have anything else? Were you gonna want to head up to the Life Dome?
I don't think I need any. We're in a magic shop. I don't think I need any spells pieces or anything like that. What is everybody looking like? I mean, assuming we're gonna go somewhere dangerous, what is everybody looking like on like health potions? Do we have any stashed? this
Trixie
point,
does not have any help.
I would sort of ask. He'd be like, "Do you have any potions of health or anything like that that would be like, what's your pricing? What's it looking like?
I can do.
Just in case we get into something."
Yeah, I can do friends. That's just regular potions, about 50 gold pieces a piece. We'll say like 150 for the next level up. Would you be looking for anything stronger?
Just 350 for regular, correct?
Yeah.
How about I do 3? How's that sound? Somebody like 150 for 3?
Perfect.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Knowing that he's in like a little bit of shock, like maybe his other party's dead, he wants to at least maintain that maybe this party won't die.
Mm-hmm.
And he buys 3 health potions and divvies 1 to each, thinking there's a lot going on in his head.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you.
I mean, let's just ensure that we're not, everything's okay. Potion of healing.
So do you all
Common potion of healing.
head
Everybody
out?
gets 1.
Trixie buys 2, so I'll have 3 on me.
So anyone else need to purchase any scrolls, magical items, anything you can think of? He's pretty. I mean, you look around the shop. There's a lot of potential items there.
I'm gonna buy 1 more potion of healing as well.
Okay.
What a great team of like, we should just stock up on.
Yes, I believe
non-death
I am now tapped out.
I realized I have like no items except like my combat ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have a backpack full of like adventuring gear,
Mm-hmm.
but I also have a magical quiver and mithril armor.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot that Trixie
Yeah.
actually requires day to
Yeah, you
day.
guys, haven't had chances to stock up yet. So, anything you're feeling?
It's fun playing like I have 9 gold at this point after this.
Oh, Trixie's at 0 now.
I have 9
Absolutely.
gold. This is great.
Yeah,
This
this
is
dropped me to
You
50.
just
fun
keep
team.
giving me arrows.
When you all get more gold, come back.
Well, we'll come back. I mean, at
Oh, yeah,
Tonight.
Yeah.
tonight. Yeah. Okay. Obviously, and that was payment for yesterday, not right.
Yes,
We're-
and then we'll be settled. And then you will no longer have a wizard indebted to you.
That's. Huh. He thinks about it for a second. I'm like, that should have been good. Okay.
Okay.
Do you have any nicknames or anything? Because Simon's sort of.
Oh, Solomon. Simon was
Solomon?
the
Solomon.
simulacrum.
Oh.
The 2 eyes.
Okay.
S2 man. Yeah. I thought it was clever.
Okay, I see it. I understand.
I like it. I get it.
I like your style. Okay.
Good for you.
Well,
Let's go.
I
Josh's like,
have
please, for the
research
love
to
of
do.
God, get us out of here. Out of this character.
And he says he cast a vortex warp on all of you, and you all. Oh, actually, no. He can just kick you out with the marvelous mansion.
Yeah.
The door just unseen servants just come and grab you all and carry you out.
Are they all him?
Yes, little mini
They're all
versions
versions of him,
yeah.
right? Yeah, that makes sense.
Pumat soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not doing simulacrums anymore. I'm doing everything else. One of the best homebrew spells I've ever seen was from the dungeon run, where the DM says, hey, you can use this spell scroll to make a mass version of any spell that you can cast.
Oh, no.
So the players, they for some reason there was like one of the players like hometown. There was some monster that had to be taken care of at all times, otherwise it just fucked everything up. So she's like, all right, mass unseen servant that permanently exist, and they are just here to take care of like all of these creatures and like make sure nothing bad happens.
Oh, jeez.
And I'm just like, that's cute, and not what the DM wanted you to use that spell scroll for.
I cast Mass Wish.
Oh.
It's kind of what he was aiming for, I think. It's a good series. Anyway, you all are in the Sigil District. You know, the mall is right there and all that, and you have to head to the River District for looking for the Life Dome. It's very easy to see. It is a very large dome that pretty much overrides the entire area. It is a glass dome that crowns the source of water in Ank'Harel, the oasis around which the city was built. All of the canals in the river district originate from the Life Dome, and the structure is the center of celebration and a monument to the city's history. At night, the inside of the dome gets magically lit by drifting orbs of blue and green luminescence, painting the nearby area in a display of colored light. As you all begin to approach and head in there, you are greeted by the young or elderly-looking gnome, a Allegiance of All-Sight scholar. And as you walk up, he notices you all and says, "Oh, hello. How can I help you?"
Shoves Aljin forward.
We're looking for Carlisle.
"Oh, that's me. I am Carlisle."
Oh, pleased to meet you. We're here, and Aljin's like trying to remember what was what was here because he was sort of checked out a few points. We're here to go underground, I think. And he's trying to remember who like even sent him at this moment in time. Just like we've been sent here to check out some disturbances in the tunnels.
Oh yes, I got a sending saying that you were all coming. It was here to investigate rumors.
Yes, I think that was it. He looks at the rest of the party. He's like, yeah, that's it, right? Yeah, that's it. We're some rumors at this point.
And as you see, it's a very elderly-looking man. Is like a little bit of disheveledness, and he's got like a little like almost like a sea captain's type coat, tiny pointed ears and stuff like that. And he says, "Well, really get visitors, but I turns to face the Life Dome, and he holds aloft a thin shard of iridescent glowing quartz. And with a quiet hum, one of the dome's glass panels suddenly come alight with blue and purple arcane runes, which then flicker and fade, leaving behind an opening. Well, come on in. I'll give you all the tour."
All right, okay. We sort of just like step in, like looking around.
Mm-hmm.
Trixie whispers to Dudu.
Was that druidic magic, or was that like just like something that they homebrewed? Like
Yeah, it looks like some sort of like arcane type of weird mixture of things. Yeah.
Okay. Sort of just walk in at this point, look at the team like, okay. I mean, we've been sent here. These guys aren't trying to kill us, right?
Mm-hmm. And as you're all looking around, you're seeing all of this like lush green vegetation. It's the inside of this dome is humid and sweltering, the smell of damp earth hitting your senses along with a blast of hot air. A series of these crystal bridges span the oasis' 60-foot perimeter, the 60-foot diameter lake, and the edges of the dome are lined with all various sorts of vegetation. What is everyone's passive perceptions?
Passive 14 for Aljin.
That is an 18 for Dudu.
15 for Trixie.
All right, as you all enter in and like you're coming across this little crystal bridge, as you come through. Let's say Dudu at the very end. As you're like walking past that, as Carlisle like stops right here as you all like pass by him, and he's like, "Oh yes, come on out. Let me show you the tour. This place is beautiful." Dudu, you feel this like a slight breeze, a brief cool current of air as you begin to start moving in, and then it's just like goes away instantly. And he's goes like he keeps saying, so he's like, "So you're here to I was told there's rumors that this could lead down into the excavation site."
That's what we're here to investigate, but I also could have sworn I felt a breeze. Did anyone else feel that?
I would just sort
Trixie
of,
just points at her. Go ahead.
I was just sort of happy at this point because he's like, it's a little more kind of like, or was like there's plant life and like moisture. He's sort of happy, more happier, but still brooding at this point. Like just like a little more perky than he was a few minutes ago.
Yes, feeling the warmth,
Go ahead,
the
Trixie.
humidity.
Yeah. Go ahead, Trixie. He doesn't make any comments.
Trixie just points at herself and says, "Spring Eladrin, always easy breezy."
Yeah, and Carlisle says, "Oh, well, there's so what happens is because it's not a natural source of water through the act of gods that marred the landscape here, this water source, was previously unknown. So it can fluctuate wildly and tends to flood or go dry in times not ideal. So we've designed this oasis, this dome," and he like looks up and you see like all like the crystal lattice work and this beautiful network of arcane and pipes and structures that line the dome. He says, "We use a combination of enchantment and engineering, and we're able to transmutate any excess water in times where it's higher than we need it to into steam that we keep stored in the tunnels and the pipes above. So whenever we need to in future areas of drought in times, we're able to transmute that back into the water and help keep it flowing throughout Ank'Harel to keep it, hydrated." So maybe it was that.
That's very impressive. This place is full of surprises.
Yes, is there anything else you need to know?
Do you have any suggestions on where we should begin?
Yeah, I'm trying to rack the brain because we know the water originates from these flooded caverns, so that does lend credence to those rumors. But whether those connect to Kael'Maro and that expedition, we're still not sure. We do know that Kael'Maro was the site of a pre-calamity society that was originally built above this. Maybe like tectonic shifting caused the city to slip beneath the surface, and that's why the fluctuation of waters defies explanation.
Tecton. Isn't she in the summer court? Never mind. Let's just get out of here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'll say if anyone wants to make a like little perception checks.
Got that 21.
21 and 17 from Trixie. Hell yeah. So you all like begin like kind of looking around and exploring. Like you're looking at the source of pool, this water that's, pretty deep already, but you're able to like kind of wade around into it. You see the various sort of pipes and mechanisms that prevent it from overflowing and the like glyphs that automatically trigger at certain times. And he begins to explain, he says, "Oh yes, so it's the dome. It normally functions pretty automatic, but I'm able to override the dome's controls and adjust the water level as needed." And as you're looking around, you're seeing it's a bottom thick layer of silt at the bottom of this pool. And you're all checking your eyes, and especially like Trixie and Dudu, like how like You're looking for disturbances in the water, airflow, bubbles, or anything. And this is like a very still, solid pool. You're not, at this top glance, able to notice any sort of tunnel, or there's no point to go further in basically from here.
Well, should we try and explore inside the water then and see what we can find?
Yes, if you're new to, here, actually, and so do you all, like, begin to, like, enter into the pool?
Yeah, I think Dudu would.
Yeah,
I think
Aljin-
Trixie jumps in. Yeah, just full on. Whoa! Poosh.
Aljin would definitely go in after all this heat and humidity, or
Mhm.
heat and dry heat or dry desert. He would definitely be in pretty quickly.
Yeah. Excellent. So yeah, sees you all, and he's like, so actually, here, I might actually be able to help out. And he starts like reaching into his pocket. He's like, let me grab the device, and I can lower the water for you real fast, so you can get him closer. And as he starts like looking and feeling around in his pockets, he's like, oh, wait a minute, have you guys? I just had it, that little crystal that I had to get us in here. Have you seen it?
I have not seen it, no.
I must have dropped it when we came in back at the entrance, and then he very much legitimately looks confused and like almost a little worried, and it's at that moment the surface of the lake begins to churn white with foam, and seconds later an enormous geyser of water bursts upwards and outwards, sending you all flying.
Oh, good.
You all get propelled by the sudden surge of water. Whoosh! And it sweeps you back out pretty much to that open doorway. The water like floods through the entire area, and he starts yelling, whoa, 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 whoa! And you all spill out pretty much right into like the beginning of this pathway as it forces you out the only entrance. I'll need you all to make dexterity saving throws.
I'm super good at that. 12. Okay.
20.
12. And
All right.
Trixie rolled a Constitution save.
Gosh darn it.
So I imagine probably save numbers are better. So 11 on the dice. Yeah.
Well, okay, it's only a +4, so technically on that, instead of a con save, that's a dex save, so it should be 15 on the,
15.
instead of
Yeah.
just a re-roll, because that's
Yeah,
like
15
dumb.
would be good. Aljin, you end up prone, pushed out a little bit further from the rush of water, and all of you are able to avoid any major obstacles in the way. And it's in that sudden rush you hear Carlisle yelling out like, "Oh no, what's happening? Oh no!" And in that moment, is going to be against Dudu. You're gonna feel some attacks coming at you. If these want to roll through. Oh no, is this one of those days? I have suspense, D&D Beyond. Okay. Well, we're doing it live. That would be a 24 to hit against Dudu.
24 will indeed hit.
Excellent. You will take 14 points of bludgeoning damage. Against Trixie will be a 17 to hit.
17 hits exactly.
And that will be 12 points of bludgeoning damage. As unseen, almost unheard, it's Dudu. You just feel a cool breeze of air rush into the space next to you as you all start getting attacked. Oh, I am going to have to clear this after all.
He says surprised.
And have you all roll initiative.
Love how I failed my save and I didn't get attacked.
Trixie's confused about what's going on right now. So, no badges and no finding holes?
This is like team confused. Like, what's everybody's intelligence? It seems very low.
10.
10. Yeah.
12. What?
Amazing. So as this all happens, let's keep that up.
I said initiative went away.
Hit the wrong button. All right. So as that happens, you all feel a series of attacks against you that basically counted as a surprise round. And now we're starting again, and it's going to happen again to Trixie this time. As these unseen blows rain in on you. Be a 25 to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For 10 points of bludgeoning damage. And then Dudu, you feel that rush of cold air in again, and it is going to, be at you again. For a 18 to hit. Against Dudu.
What was against you?
Oh, 18 to hit, sorry.
18 does hit. Yeah.
And that will be 11 points of bludgeoning damage. As you feel this cold rush of air, some unseen flurries that are catching you by surprise start raining in around you. And that is that turn. And now it is Finian. You see your friends and allies after that rush of water, this blast of air or something, like unseen blows, they're being hit and being punched and attacked, and you see wounds opening up on them.
And I see it like around them, like it's around.
You can't see, like you feel now a rush of cool air enter in like nearby you, but whatever might be happening cannot be seen currently.
All right. So it's happening like right in front. Seeing like it happens on the front end of them, like here, like in this opening, because they're in the opening. I'm out of the opening. So in the front of the opening, I don't know what's happening at this point. I just see people getting hit. Right in front of them, like in this square, it'd be like here. I'm gonna cast, keeping them at a range, fairy fire. Like sort of looking at Dudu and like getting their like feeling of like Fae. You see like Aljin like touch you and like pull this sort of like Fae essence out of you and like shoots it down with with water. Like he pulls a little bead of water in his hand, pulls you and slams it together and like throws the beads down and casts fairy fire. That's a 20-foot cube. So it would be like starting here, I guess. That's a cube, right?
Yeah. Here you actually can you? Let me put that on, and then I'll give you control of this.
Thank you. Love it.
Did I wrong screen? Layer, token layer, settings, controlled by Aljin. Save settings.
Yeah, I can get it. So it would miss them. Technically, it might hit the gnome, but at this point, I'm just trying to get whatever is hitting them in it at this point. And like I said, seeing the Fae at this point from the friend I've been hanging out with for a day, like pulls their essence out, slams it in this little pool of water in his hand, and throws the particles out and casts fairy fire.
Excellent. Well, let's start.
Which is a Dex save for anything in those cube. I mean, I'm essentially this guy here is going to get hit by it also, but I'm not worried about him as much.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can restall my fucking beyond 20 or some shit real quick. But dex save we'll do for the Krugen, for Carlisle.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think that'll be, because that's pretty close. Yeah, I think that'll be it. I was going to try to even it up, but I think that's
All right.
the best place.
Nice, perfect. So that will be a 13. I'm pretty sure he fails. And then we'll roll for the.
So our friend is lit up.
And now you will see lit up in the fairy fire right there next to space. Boom. Right next to Trixie. Made out of air and it's almost an elemental, but something not quite an air elemental, a invisible stalker perhaps. But you only see one get lit up. And I will say quick battlefield analysis. You realize that one is not in range to be attacking Dudu, and that they are still getting attacked.
I'd say I would feel like the one hit and be like, I think there's more, but we have one lit up here, guys.
Yeah, but no, beautiful. It is fully engulfed in that fairy fire, and all attacks against it have advantage now. It is very seen. And now you all know what you are dealing with.
Area of effect. He's holding up like one, and none of that's area effect.
All right.
Just hit him.
We'll move on. If there's anything else on Aljin's turn, any bonuses or movement?
He casts a spell, so technically he can move out of range. He doesn't want to move any further, I don't think. He might move back a little bit, like just 5 feet at that point.
Yeah, get you right on the edge of that map. Perfect.
Yeah, we're on the edge there, and I don't think bonus action he's going to do anything. He just sort of cast that spell. That's
awesome, beautiful. So that's now Dudu, your turn. As you feel that, and you see the fire erupt, and you still feel that there are blows coming from a different direction. I will say, go ahead, give a perception check for me.
Right, 11.
Well, the only way that you saw where it was at with that 11 rolled, because it has a +10 to its stealth, but it rolled a natural 1, so you now know that where the creature is, you still cannot see it, but you feel like pretty much that rush of cool air with that perception you feel between you and Trixie.
Oh man. Okay, so I think I will use a. Oh, man, I'm gonna use my bonus action. I'm gonna healing word myself.
Excellent. I did realize one thing real fast before anything else changes. That probably not. These creatures do make extra 2 attacks on their thing, and I only did 1 attack on their turn. So I'm gonna put 1 more against Dudu and Trixie real fast. I just realized I should be honest about that. That would have been a 17 to hit Dudu.
That would hit.
All right, and then it will be a.
It's.
Yep. So we'll do 6 damage against Dudu, 14 damage on Trixie.
Oh, shit.
What a range!
Yeah.
What a range!
Amazing. No, I was just saying, I'm like, I should not be fucking these guys up right now. But I imagine you're still healing.
Yeah, I might as well. And then I guess I'll just try and hit the one in between us with. No, I'm actually gonna take a dodge action, I think.
Hell yeah. Yeah, unseen, you're just being a little practical. Fuck yeah. Any bonuses?
That was the healing word.
Perfect. And you're staying put.
Yeah, I'll just stay where I'm at.
All right, Trixie, your turn. You see the one on front of you. You still feel the other swirling air around you, but the one is lit up right next to you in melee range.
Trixie is absolutely getting creamed right now. And she doesn't have a melee weapon. But you can tell that, like, there's something, like, there's stuff, like, nearby, and, like, dude who's like said something's like next to her that she can't even see. There's the one attacking her, and she's like, "You know what? I'm just gonna take a quick walk." And
No ladrin step.
you know it.
I mean, best way. Hey, no opportunity attacks. Like you see it like raises up its blade ready to hit you in the spot that you're in again. You know these things are like moving immediately after you from like the timing of things, and you just bloom away from it.
And you said that we have advantage on the one that's currently lit up with fairy fire.
Yes.
Perfection. We're gonna take 2 sharpshooter shots at it. I don't know what that was. But it scares me.
So you
Hold
take
on,
the
I'm-
2 shots at advantage.
I'm relearning how to do the triple advantage on this.
Oh yes. The steady aim. Because is that a bonus action to do, or is it like a free? Basically
Oh,
free.
I have elven accuracy, so anytime I have advantage.
Beautiful. Yeah. Take the best of 3
I'm
rolls.
double checking that. Yeah, whenever you have advantage on an attack roll using one of those modifiers, this is a dex. You can re-roll one of the dice once, which effectively is triple advantage.
Jeez, that's sick.
I mean, it's not the moon, but close enough.
One day.
Let's roll one more time, see if a crit hits.
Actually, that is 3.
Okay, it does the
If you look at the 8,
that's the double one.
then
ACT 220, keep highest.
keep highest. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Alright, well the 22 will hit.
All right, 16 piercing.
Fuck yeah.
That's minimum damage. Hold on, I'm not sure I like that.
I love that he's like,
I have the
Here's
pierce.
that, I can change it.
Yeah.
I have the
can-
piercer feat. I'm re-rolling the 1.
I can change this.
I can fix them.
Every
I can
character I
fix this.
have.
Hold on, I fucked up. I can change this.
Oh yeah, let me know.
Whatever.
So
It turns
double
into
17.
17.
You doubled it, man. You doubled it.
Doubled that dice
You
damage.
doubled that dice damage.
It's practically a crit.
Yeah, basically.
All right, first damage, and you see the arrow. Like even though it does the thing, I will ask.
Oh, what were you gonna say?
I was
Go
gonna
ahead.
ask if the adders had been activated.
No, I will be very specific because I only have the 1 right now. I only have 1. So that's
roll
going to
it,
be
roll it,
fun when I do that. I'm also not going to do that into the middle of my friends, probably.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, it would enter in the nearest unoccupied space from the direction that you shot.
21.
Hit. 17
Jesus.
again. Fuck yeah. You see these damage, like it is especially helping out that your bow is magical, right?
Yes.
Perfect,
It's a
yeah.
with a
Plus
check.
1. So I believe you
Yeah,
mentioned,
it's a longbow plus 1.
Perfect. Yeah. So that's you see these magical arrows that are firing from the bow, like they're getting enhanced with that magical damage that is giving full effect to these creatures.
Yeah, I'm just double checking everything to make sure there's nothing else I can do. I use my bonus action. That. And I think that is it.
All right.
Yep.
Now it will be Carlisle's turn, and he's like, "Oh no, they can see me!" And he is going to He's going to rush in, and he says, "I think this one's over here." And he starts like swinging wildly around him. I'm gonna do a 1. Yeah, I'm gonna have him guess what spot it's in. And he swings wildly into this space right here and misses. He's going to do it again. And on this connection, you see it makes a connection with something that is right in between him and Dudu. So this is going to be a disadvantage. That misses on the first one. Misses on the second one. He says, "I found it!" And he starts swinging wildly, and he's not able to make any contact. But he is able to give you at least a direction. Alright, now it is their turn. This one is going to move up closer to Dudu. And is going to make its attacks. This one's just going to be a regular attack. 24 to hit.
I do have the dodge action going on as well.
Disadvantage. Awesome. I'll roll again. That'll be 22 to hit this time.
That'll still hit.
So that'll be plus 3 to that, so 7 more bludgeoning damage. And it's going to roll out with a second attack. 24 to hit again. For another 8 bludgeoning damage.
Dang.
And you see, for whatever reason, this one sees that Dudu's not a good target right now, so Aljin, you feel a rush of air come up closer to you.
Okay.
As it moves really quickly, and then it will start attacking in on you. Since it is an unseen, this will be at advantage. That'll be 17 to hit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or 13 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And then that'll only be 13 to hit.
Yeah, still hits.
For another 6 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
As you see these this still unseen attacker.
Is it? Do I pick up that it's wind? Like, is it wind attacking? Is it like an air elemental?
Similar to like a slam attack from that, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But
Interesting.
yeah, definitely technically not an air elemental from what you've seen, but a very different version of. But that will be those two's turn. One of them still unseen. You can go ahead and make a perception check.
Good at everything.
Hey, you're no longer on disadvantage.
21.
Beating its 19 stealth, you know the creature is right next to you, in front of you now.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. I don't like any of this. This all sucks. I'm going to... It's weird being a character and using like a feature, like a trait like you get for characters. I'm gonna use my bonus action. I'm feeling that these are wind gusts, right, coming at us. Like it feels like wind pulses with my 21 perception.
This is a creature that is made of air.
Made of wind. I am going to use as a bonus action my Storm's Guide, Storm Guide. If it is windy, which I feel like I'm being bombarded by wind, in a 100-foot radius centered on me, I can direct the wind in any direction I want. And since you've classified this as like a wind hitting me, I am pushing this away from me. And that's a bonus action.
All right.
So Storm Guide. Oh, go ahead.
I would say, yeah, I say because you are using your will to try and push a sentient form, masked creature away from you. This is a little bit more than pushing directionless wind. We'll make this a contested. Make a spell attack roll.
Okay, so that would be this here. A 24.
Beats out the additional armor class level that you needed to get above. Does it have any sense of the amount of direction you can push?
Well, let's read what it states. So, as a storm guide, if it is windy, which I believe I've been hit with wind, as a bonus action, you can choose the direction of the wind in 100-foot radius centered on you. So it is away from, so 100-foot radius away from me. And that would be like if I knew it was here-ish, it would be this direction. Like in 100 feet of wind would be that pushed that way.
Yeah.
And what doesn't necessarily mean it's pushed 100 feet. It means that a block of wind is getting pushed away from me, like in 100-foot radius, like it's like radius, so 50 feet essentially. I'm just trying to get it pushed away at this point. And not knowing where it's at, I'm just sort of shoving it so I don't know where it's like away at that point. And then
you feel the wind get blasted away from you. You felt that because it was a very specifically single your target focus of that blast of wind. You do feel that it's no longer in your range.
Okay, cool. That's essentially what I wanted, was to get it away from me. And is Dudu, how are you looking? You looking okay at this point, or are you looking damn it?
Dudu's pretty rough already.
Okay, at this point, cool. I'm trying to think of the things I've seen. So, okay. He yells at Dudu. He's like, Dudu, I think you can go ape on these people, and then Aljin casts polymorph on Dudu for giant ape. You hear him say, "You're gonna go ape on these people," and he so like casts giant ape polymorph the giant ape on Dudu. Because you're next, right?
Will you willingly fail the saving throw?
Yeah, I will willingly fail the saving throw.
I at least drop the. Oof, something's in front of you at least.
Fairy Fire's gone.
Drops. Yep, Fairy Fire drops polymorph. At least she knows that something's in front of her. I mean, trying to do a little bit of something here at this point. Because all my other good spells, guess what, guys, are
concentration.
Are concentration. It's like I can do Storm Sphere concentration. So I
both
the half druid transport the druid into a giant ape.
That's pretty thematic for me.
That's all I can do. That's it. No, it's away from me. 5, 10, 15, sort of ducked away from cover at this, or like away at this point.
Excellent. Would you need the stat sheet link for a giant ape, Dudu?
I have access to it already.
Perfect. All right, we will end the turn and bring it up to the giant ape.
I will go ahead and swing at the last known location I had to the one just above the other guy that I can.
Perfect. Awesome. That will be still at disadvantage, but you do know where it is at, so you know where to hit.
A 17 to hit.
Will hit.
It's mostly just a HP buffer at this point.
That is 26 non-magical bludgeoning.
Aha, so that'll be down to 13.
And then I have a second attack.
Do it.
A 15 to hit.
Will hit.
And that is 19 non-magical bludgeon.
So it'll be another 15. Awesome, perfect. Yeah, you see, this thing is still definitely getting fucked up. You feel these blows connecting and making an impact on it still. As
And
your
at
brain,
Insta-
ape brain, just goes wild. All right, that will be up to Trixie.
I'm trying to figure out whether or not I want to take regular shots or sharpshooter shots. Because I can't see it anymore, so I'm at disadvantage. She lives on the edge. We're going to do sharpshooter shots at the one that I was pinking off of.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not using the snake arrow.
Perfect.
We're very
Wait for
specific
explicit
now.
now.
Yeah.
All right, it'll be
Ooh, first shot.
disadvantage.
Wow!
22 still on disadvantage is pretty good.
Come on, damage.
I mean, 17.
I mean, you feel connecting. Like, these arrows are, like, going through and, like, flying through the space and, like, getting, like, flung in wild directions as they make contact, but you feel like they are making a full, solid, like... However you can hurt air, it's happening.
You rolled
Not
a
the
2.
not the weird Trixie has seen.
It's 1d8 plus 15.
Yeah.
You rolled a 2.
It's I don't know.
All right, next shot.
11.
11 will miss, and you do know that blow wide. You see it like go errant before you hits the true target.
Well, piss. I'm gonna move a bit. Sharpshooter. I don't need to be anywhere near this battlefield. I've got something like 1,200 feet of range.
Mm-hmm. You can go wherever you want.
Yeah. Bonus action. I have to bonus action second wind already.
Oh, that's not good, guys.
And you steal
I'm under
yourself,
half.
get yourself
Yeah.
readied up. All right. Anything else?
Oh, awful. But that's 10 hit points to me. I think that's it. And that's it. That's action, bonus action, and movement.
All right. Well, we see Carlisle. He's like, I know where it is. I want to hit it. And he will start attacking with disadvantage.
It's the question
Miss.
of like, what? Hey, Carlisle, what is this?
Miss. Miss. You see he's swinging out as much as he can, and he says, I'm going to have him make a nature check. Or, yeah, this one will be straight Arcana. This guy sucks so bad.
This guy sucks so bad.
Kylie, do
He
something.
says, I don't think it's an arrow mental. It's very targeted on direct, and it's like a stalker of sorts. And with that, back to their turn. Well, this one started getting attacked by a big old ape. This one is unseen. Let's see, actually. Yeah, I'll say Trixie's pretty odd, so Trixie will be odds, Aljin will be evens.
Oh, I love that.
Thanks.
Oh, great.
You feel a swirl of air move up into the space in front of you, Aljin.
Mm-hmm.
And it is going to start attacking.
I mean, AC 11, so...
Yeah. First one will hit
Yeah.
for 8 points of bludgeoning damage. Make a con save.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good. Those are... I'm good at those.
Concentration is maintained.
Mm-hmm.
Second attack. So it'll be a 15 to hit.
Yeah, still hits.
For another 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Shit.
And then another DC 10 con save.
Nope. 7.
Alright, Doo-Doo goes back into regular human form. Ooh, and it's right at that moment the other one was about to make its attacks on Doo-Doo.
Oh, shit.
Ooh, that's only a 10 to hit.
Hey, there's a miss.
And then 20 something.
Oh yeah, that'll hit.
And then 20.
13 points of bludgeoning. As you feel the wind and the rush of air and the danger surrounding you all, these unseen attackers will be back to Finian.
I don't like any of this. This all sucks, by the way. Just gonna point that out. So it's in front of me. I'm gonna go back to, I think, Fairy Fire, knowing it's around me somewhere. But I'm going to use a sorcery point. We sort of said this. I sort of did this without saying it last time. Last level up, I could change some meta magic up. I changed that up to what is the one called? Not twinning. Hold on, I gotta look for it.
Is it extended or
Quicken?
Oh, quicken, hell yeah.
Yeah, used to quicken Fairy Fire.
Yeah, I'll give you
Quicken
control
Fairy
on
Fire
it.
bonus action, which would be that control again will be where I'm at, placed sort of in. Ooh, I can't get all of us. I'm gonna hit probably me.
You can go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone's been able to do that on their turn to kind of see when they don't know if it has been attacking them.
14.
So let's see with this plus 10 on stealth.
Well, I know it's in front of me,
yeah,
but I'm
I
trying
would
not to. I'm
say
trying not to hit doo-doo.
With the
at
14
this point.
perception, you know it's not here.
Okay, so I'm gonna try not to hit doo-doo on it and put it on myself, which sort of sucks, but I'm putting it on myself at this point.
Yeah, as I will say, yeah, if you're specifically trying to avoid doo-doo, because you're not sure if the thing has moved since, but you know where it was last.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're hitting yourself in doo-doo, go ahead and make that dex save.
Well, I'm missing doo-doo.
Yeah, so have you make the just you
so
make
I hit
dex save,
myself. Yes, absolutely. Which is weird because I took that one to. I pulled off of careful to put on. Yup. Yes, guys. Which is great.
Oh, yeah. So perfect. Your fairy fire lights up, and you see it right there in front of you.
Oh, I didn't get the other one. I was hoping to get the one that hit doo-doo also. Great.
The fact that you've had this spell is literally a lifesaver, probably.
Yeah, at this point, it kind of is. I have to look here. Because I think it's a bonus action to...
Because you use bonus action to cast the spell.
I use my bonus action. Shit.
I would say you could, if you needed to, not use the thing. You know, like, if it makes more sense,
yeah, it makes more sense to not, because I was thinking I was going to cast another spell. I mean, because I had another idea, but... Oh, that was my other idea. That's a sketchy idea, though. I'm going to do it. So, essentially, the idea was to do that, and then to... Okay, I'm going to do it, because it's sketchy, but it still works. I'm going to cast that as a bonus action, and then I'm going to use my action to cast Shocking Grasp on the thing in front of me.
Yeah. Ooh. Is that a spell attack?
It's a spell attack, yeah. 17 to hit.
Hits.
You have advantage.
It is at advantage. Roll again.
Oh, it is at advantage. Thank you.
I will crit fish all day for you
Please.
guys.
A 17 out of a 17.
Yep.
It's the
Well,
exact
stay
same
with it.
damn roll.
You choose which one to hit damage on.
A 17, the first one. So 9 points of damage, but that's not what I'm really looking for. I'm looking for specifically it cannot take reactions, I believe. Shocking Grasp.
Beautiful.
This is the melee.
90% sure that's correct, yeah.
I'm looking. Ooh. I have to look. Is this the... Hold on, let me read it. It's Legacy Sorcerer.
Yeah, make sure it's the legacy spell.
You have advantage of it. I don't see where it says it can't take reactions anymore. Someone help me out.
Working on it.
You have advantage attack if it's wearing armor on a hit, and then it stops. I thought this used to be it wouldn't take reactions if you hit it with
I think that's the other
Oh, yeah.
lightning spell.
Shocking Grasp, Shocking Grasp
Shocking
legacy.
Grasp.
On a hit, target takes 1d8 lightning damage, and it can't take reactions until the start of its next turn.
Okay, because that says Shocking Grasp Legacy Sorcerer, but it doesn't state that second part. But I know that's what it originally stated.
If it makes you feel any better, I'm looking at the 2024 basic stuff. Make a
Okay.
melee spell attack against the target. On a hit, target takes 1d8 lightning damage, and it can't make opportunity attacks until the start of its next turn. So I don't know what you're looking at.
Yeah, I don't know. It says Legacy and doesn't state that it couldn't take opportunity attacks, but I thought that was a base of the spell at that point.
Yeah,
In
the
2014.
legacy originally was like, no reactions, but yeah, Shocking Grasp, right? I'm not losing my mind on
Yeah,
this.
Shocking Grasp, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I mean,
I bet.
okay, I mean, I don't see it on this.
Yeah, we're running legacy anyway, so we'll bide. I just went to roll 20 anyway to look at look at other older sources so they haven't been fucked with.
It didn't state it there. I mean, I must be thinking of a different spell then, because lightning strikes is advantage.
Yeah, the last
wearing
sentence.
armor.
On a hit, target takes 1d8 and it can't take reactions till the start of its next turn.
Okay, am I missing it on this one?
We'll chalk it up to things being wonky
Oh, there
on
it is. There it is.
D&D
At
Beyond
the
or
very
not.
end.
Okay.
At the very end,
Gotcha.
it can't take reactions until its next turn. That was my big one right there. So yeah. So if it can't take reactions at that point, 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 30. I'm going back this way. I'm like hitting it with it and like backing off.
Excellent. All right. That'll be your turn. At beginning of
That's it,
doo-doo,
yeah.
you see the one that Aljin has lit up with the fairy fire. Go ahead and make a perception with advantage for me.
I just realized I didn't roll with advantage. Give me
yes. Roll one more.
I'm used to rolling with the roll 20, but I don't have due save to that, so
No
I gotta
worries.
roll actually twice or with the thing. 13.
Excellent. I'll say 13 is enough. You know that the creature has not moved since the last spot it attacked you in.
Well, it's time for some self-preservation, so I'm going to upcast a Cure Wounds on myself to 4th level.
Yep. Feel it. I feel it.
There's
That's
20.
a good roll.
That's a good fucking healing. Those are some good numbers on those dice. Morgan would be proud.
Those are all above average. Except for the 4, technically.
Still, beautiful fucking healing roll. Excellent. Any bonuses as you feel your druidic Krellon magic fill you up?
Yeah, I think I'm going to take this opportunity to use my Starlight Step, and we're going to teleport away a little bit. I need at least one round of not getting pummeled.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the 30 feet for the teleport, and then I'm just going to move like another 10 feet. And that'll do it for my turn.
All right. Trixie, you are up.
I just realized we've really left Kaliale out to dry right now. Because we're all distance fighting. And he's stuck in melee. I'm gonna take 2 triple advantage sharpshooter shots on the one that's lit up right now.
Do it.
Playing a fighter is so much easier than playing a wizard. Wow, I still miss on one.
13 will miss.
Now we're talking. 21 piercing.
And you feel that makes it connect, and you're seeing that this one is a different one that, like, you feel like this is not being, like, slowed down as much as, like, the other one where your other connections might be attacking, so you're thinking this might be the other one now.
Yeah, this seems to be, based on, like, how I remember things existing on the battlefield, I'm pretty sure this was a different one. I want to save my action surge. Nah, we're getting molly-walloped. I'm action surging.
Hell yeah. Alright, make your next 2 attacks.
I get those back on a short rest anyway.
Fighters. Same target.
Same target's the
Both
one I have
hits.
advantage on.
Both hit.
18 and 22.
It's a nice
magical piercing.
40 damage on it.
Yep. Ah.
Awesome. And you feel that that one is, like, almost, between all those attacks that hit, it is really struggling. And you feel that both of these are probably looking in, like, the same very ragged condition. This one is, the air is just swirling and not coalescing as strong as it used to. So, the equivalent of air being bloodied.
Nice. The element, the air version of bloodied. I'm down 8 arrows.
Anything else?
Now my location, my location on it.
Excellent.
End of turn.
Awesome. It will be back to Carlisle, and he is like, "Oh, there's someone near me!" And he's smart. He has a good intelligence. He knows where things are at in combat. He's going to make some disadvantage attacks on the space above him. That will be a 12 to hit. Will miss. Get rid of that crit for a 19 to hit. And then 13, that one will miss. So he'll roll damage finally.
NPC, take it out. Take it out.
And you see it crashes out with a thunderous warhammer that he, like, it coalesces in his hand and he attacks with it. And it really probably doesn't get much use, but a good amount of damage. An acceptable amount of damage for a scholar.
An acceptable amount of damage. It's like, at this point, don't care if the NPC kills the monster. We're getting absolutely beat up.
Back to their turn.
Remember when I said this was a good team party composition to fight the beholder? I was wrong.
Horribly wrong. Because 2 invisible monsters just killed us.
Yeah, wrecked us with a surprise round and everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
You see the one that you loaded up with arrows rushes in, pissed off and taking you as a personal target. Is going to roll 2 attacks against you. These are just going to be straight. That's not going to hit. And then it's also not going to hit. Both of its slam attacks go wide from you. You see its weakened form as it tries to connect. It does not get as solid of a blow as it intends to. But sensing weakness and a time of to move in, you feel an unseen rush of wind come up into the space next to you as well. And this one is also going to make its attacks. These are going to be at advantage. These smart, intelligent assassins have realized where the damage is coming from. So that's the third 2 in a row that I rolled, but that 9 is going to turn into a 15 to hit, Trixie.
15 misses.
Make a second slam attack for an 11 to hit. These things cannot find a connection on you. You're using all your fade wiliness to just like matrix your way out as you feel like rushing air blow over your face. Your hair just like whoosh in the gust of wind that is surrounding you. And that is
some
all they have.
kata.
Back to Aljin.
All right, I see the one. I at least see one, right?
Yes. And you see like Trixie dodging some other unseen blows.
45-ish feet. Like at this point, it's like overpowered, like 100% overpowered spells, or like I gotta go try to overpower spells at this point. Okay. I'm kind of looking here what this is. Ooh, that's a lot. 20 foot.
I do think
Can
that.
you show me a 20-foot radius? Please,
Yes.
Jack?
Centered on what?
Like, ooh, let me look here. 20 foot. That's 15. A 20-foot radius is a 10-foot diameter. Or hold on, no, 20-foot radius is a 40-foot diameter.
Yeah, 20-foot radius would be 40 feet.
Like centered right.
Or yeah, 20 foot.
Centered like
that
right
there.
here-ish. So it would be like, let me see. I could probably do that. Circle. I'll go in here. And like I started here. It's 15-foot radius, so like here. I'm trying to hit just outside of Dudu's range. I'm not 100%. I am not caring at this point about that NPC.
But
I'm
gotcha.
just, yeah. I mean, at this point, it's my team. I think one team died already. At this point, I don't know. I'm gonna hit there, thinking that things of hitting Dudu just outside the range. I would try to get it. Let me see if I can hold that. Oh, damn it, I can't.
Yeah, what are you trying to cast?
I'm trying to cast Storm Sphere. It's a 20-foot. Let me double check that.
Yeah.
It's a
20-foot
20-foot
radius.
radius.
Okay, here I'll just put
Sphere.
this down and
Yeah,
have
if you don't mind.
Uh,
Because I want to. I'm assuming the second one is hitting. Because I'm seeing one hit her. I'm sorry, and then I'm seeing another more. Yeah, that's perfect. And I'm seeing another one hitting like similarly. Thank you. So I'm like trying to get it just outside of like not hitting Dudu.
or Trixie.
Not hitting Trixie, sorry.
Yeah.
It'd be like trying to hit like that point where I'm just outside of. Ooh,
I think that worked.
Sort of get outside of this guy here too.
Yeah.
And just sort of casting the Storm Sphere there, and trying not to hit anybody. And at that point, I'm again just took off like everything else. That's. Yeah, glass windows are all gone.
Yeah, I've realized we have done. I forgot to keep the dimension of the actual glass building, and things have been kind of little loosey. People have been phasing through. You see all of the panels like kind of shimmered away at the beginning of this when the battle started. Like a lot of them went down in that rush of water because that's how you entered. It was like a panel disappeared with that remote. So there you are. Still makes sense. We'll let that right there. Is that a dexterity saving throw?
A 20-foot. It's a 20-foot radius sphere of swirling air springs into existence, centered on the point of your choosing. The sphere remains into the spell duration. Each creature within the sphere here's a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw.
All right.
Which is weird because it's showing me a to hit +9. Hold on, I gotta read this.
Yeah, can you do the post VTT of the spell language, or just copy and paste it, just so we can parse through
Post
real fast?
VTT. It's real weird.
So they take the thing until the spell ends. As a bonus action each of your turn, you use a bolt of lightning to leap from the center of the spear towards a creature. So that's the spell attack from it. So it's when it summons up, it creates the area that they're trapped in, and they make the save on that. And then as bonus actions, you can zap.
So I can cast it, and then as a bonus action, I can cast a bolt of lightning at a creature.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So we'll say as it summons up real quick, we'll get the saves in.
Yep.
This is the scene one. All right, I'm pretty sure
Damn
they
it.
both save. So
Okay. And
they
then
save
I'll
take-
cast.
So they don't take any
Go ahead.
bludgeoning damage. They the water rushes around them. They don't take half on the save. It doesn't say.
Each creature appears in strength saving throw, or take strength saving throw, or take 2d6 bludgeoning damage. Correct. The sphere is difficult terrain until the end of the spell. As a bonus action on your turn, you can use a bolt of lightning to center out on a 60-foot radius or 60-foot centered.
Yes.
And that's the spell attack. So the one I see, I'm going to at least cast. I was hoping I'll hit one of them, but not. But the one that's seen, I'll hit with a spell. 21 to hit.
We'll hit. You can roll that again because it is. Oh wait, fairy fire drops again.
Fairy fire drops again. Yes. Oh shit. So that'd be a disadvantage. Yeah, that'd be a disadvantage. So 21 to hit. Still hits.
Perfect. Yeah, 21 will hit. Yeah, because I'll say they're still invisible for purposes, but now you know exactly where they're at. You can see the space moving, like the water moving around them.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay, cool.
So for purposes, they are now visible. It's just, still hard to hit that ethereal form with all the rushing water, so I'll still be at disadvantage. But for
16 points of
lightning damage.
magical lightning damage.
Hell yeah, and you feel that make a solid connection and fuck it up. And for the purposes, you see now the space where the other one is in.
Cool. All right, at least it's doing something.
Yeah, because I was about to be like, oh yeah, moving water around an invisible creature totally still
yep.
gives it away.
Yep.
Oh yeah, no, that's good.
It's like everything I do, like super sweet spell, and then it drops another spell. Damn it! It's like every spell I'm casting drops other spells.
Do you see that area?
Yeah, Curse of the Sorcerer. Yep.
You see them now lit up. They're still a little, hard to pinpoint down, but you know their exact area.
I'm going to step down and I'm going to upcast a Cure Wounds onto Trixie, level 3.
Nice.
Are you seriously? Sounds like you're mauling a bear at this point. You typing.
17 to Trixie, and that will do it for my turn, I believe.
All right. Beautiful. Trixie, back up to you. You see these things both there. They're both looking pretty, fucked up, but they are right up on your space.
Boo.
Yeah, that'd be great if I had Disintegrate.
Yeah. That's like a 7th level spell, right? That's not for a while.
Yeah. It's a minute, yeah.
Yeah.
I could have.
You can do fun things with Disintegrate.
Oh, damn it! I could have twin spelled Polymorph. That would have been cool too. Next time. Next time.
Yeah, I think you can. That's a touch spell, right?
It's a 60-foot rate or 60-foot spell.
Yeah, but one target, so it still works.
It's still one target, correct?
I'd allow it.
Yep. As long as it's one target, I can twin it.
All right, but Trixie, you have these monsters, these invisible monsters in your face. That's probably gonna be the episode title.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Thank you, Chuck Palahniuk. It was an alright book.
They are invisible. I can see them right now, but I would be at disadvantage because they're invisible, regardless.
Yeah, they're technically the invisible condition, but it's
like outlined.
Yeah, trying to figure out the thing. Yeah, it's D&D gets weird, y'all.
Shoot an adder at one of them.
Let's see. So the last thing I want to do is actually leave Dudu here. Oh wait, I have to add that healing. 1 second.
Just make sure.
Well, that Jack found our Achilles heel, like 2 creatures that are invisible.
Completely nerfs all of my
Nerf
ridiculous advantage
everything.
bull crap.
Yeah, yep, that's it. And all he did was he literally went and like pinpointed one person's weakness and was like, and if that person can't see him, no one can see him. That sucks.
This is one of the more devious encounters
Yeah,
in this chapter.
This is crazy.
Yeah, I think Trixie's gonna turn to Dudu and say, do you want to be a little bit further away from these things?
Um, if you want me to, I can be.
I have no idea what your hit points look like, but like I can get you away from these things.
I'm doing pretty good now, since my last heal on myself.
Okay. I want to make sure they stay in that lightning storm. You know what? I'm already going to be firing at disadvantage. I might as well some sharpshooter shots regardless. Like they're invisible and right next to me.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're 100 feet away or right next to them.
Yeah, especially risking moving away.
Well, that's the thing is I could phase step again, but then I'd be leaving to just tank all the hits. And I think it's better if I take the hits because I think I have the most HP.
We're a squishy team.
I mean, I'm a fighter. It's not that bad. I'm not a barbarian.
Yeah.
I think Trixie is going to take 2 sharpshooter longbow shots at the one directly south of her.
Fuck yeah.
These are at disadvantage.
I believe.
I'm going to do this one at a time because I think one of them might be close to dead, so... That's a 12 to hit.
We'll miss.
Actually, that one that's bloodied, I'm going to not sharpshooter on this last one.
Okay. The south one?
Yeah, same one.
Oh, jeez.
Golly. Plus 10. I rolled a 2.
Yeah, you see as you try to get to connect and like the water swirling around that it's like moving it in is help making it like why it's still not a fully true shot, and you're trying to like be careful and get the true target, and it's just shy. You're seeing it is now Carlisle's turn. Do you have anything else?
Trixie attempts to bonus action dodge and then remembers she's not a monk, so I think we're done.
Hell yeah. You see the one that you're attacking at. Carlisle says, okay, now I can see them. Let me try this. And he's going to use telekinetic toss ability, targeting a medium character, and it's going to have to make a strength saving throw. 1. So you see he kind of grabs a hold of it with telekinetic force and pulls it like back into the center, and is like kind of holding and gripping it there as much as he can with like a telekinetic energy. And he says, all right, got the one away from you. That's all I can do. I'm gonna hold on to that. And that will be his turn. That'll be their turn. This one that is right next to you, below you, Trixie, is going to make 2 attacks. These are not at advantage anymore, so that is the biggest bonus of them being seen now. That will be a straight 16 to hit.
You don't add anything to that?
Oh wait, never mind. 22. My bad.
That hits, yeah. 16 wouldn't. But I figured.
Yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot math. 14 bludgeoning,
Gotcha.
and then it's very singular focus right now. That would be a 16 to hit this time. Truly.
16 is a miss. AC is
Awesome.
17.
And it moves up out of that space, out of the swirling water, to try and get a better area. Say it's like barely right on the edge. And that will be that one's turn. This one is going to attempt to make a strength save to get out of here. And this will be at disadvantage. We'll stay with the water. Yeah, as he is struggling, and it's just like being blasted around and being held here telekinetically. So at the end of its turn, it is going to take the 2d6 bludgeoning damage. So that'll be an additional 7 onto it. And it is looking very, very weak. That is their turn. Back to you, Aljin.
All right, so I can use my bonus action first to make my attack on the one that's weak.
Yeah, and we'll say since it's being held and restrained now, it's going to be a straight roll.
Oh, cool. So a 19 to hit.
Excellent. You do shoot another bolt at it. Go ahead and roll that damage.
Would be 11 points. No, 28 points. Sorry. 11 points was
I think just the
roll.
17, because it's just the lightning damage. Yeah. Because the bludgeoning damage would be from the whirlpool itself,
right.
yeah.
You're right.
But 17, what does it look like? As you blast this now visible stalker that has lost its main advantage.
Oh, thank you. I think it's just one of those things like it's a lightning strike that hits and like shoots out. You know, you see everybody like sort of just the reverberation of this like disperse in the hit of the water, and electrons go throughout the entire like cloud of water as it hits.
Yeah. And you see it just kind of, it's like if you ever watch the videos where like when a bubble of air pops underwater under pressure, there's like a flash of light that's created with it, and you witness that happen exactly as it like slowly forms down into a small air bubble that then just under the pressure electrically charged, just a little blast of light, and that is no more.
At that point, I'm going to. That was a bonus action just to lightning strike that. With that. Give me 1 second. I gotta look at. I gotta see how much this costs. Oh, no, that's not it. I gotta look at my spells. Gotta see how many. I'm collecting the wrong things. I gotta see how many Font of Magics I have. Okay, plenty. I'm gonna use 2 of my Font of that's not it. I'm gonna use. Twin to that. Oh no, I can't. I was gonna twin spell something, but I don't have enough at this point. Twin spell. That sucks. That sucks. I can see it. Okay, fine.
What's Aljin got?
I was hoping to pull them both toward me, but I can't do that. Yeah, this. And that's through there.
Yeah, Aljin, try and make the quick snap decision.
Yes. There's a lot of chaos at this point. I'm trying to figure out what to do. Man, it's so far away too. 50 feet. Gee, no, that wasn't vortex warp. I can only vortex warp one of them, which is my hope. That would get them both 60 feet, but that might hit doo-doo. God, this sucks.
The sorcerer analysis paralysis.
Yeah, sorcerer analysis paralysis at this point. 120 feet. At this point, through there, I can see it sort of. I guess I'm just gonna. All I can do is at this point chill touch it. I think I can do other things, but it's like all one of those weird ones where nothing quite works.
Mhm.
I mean, I could totally ice knife it, but I would do damage to other people, and I don't want to do that. And it's only 50 feet away, and freedom of waves. God damn it! Then none of it works.
Yeah.
It sucks. None of it works. So I think the only thing I can really do is try to firebolt. I guess firebolt or chill touch.
Mhm.
Firebolt it through there. So it's gonna be disadvantage anyway because it's technically invisible. That's the best I can do, which is awful. 14 misses probably.
I was gonna say the 14 is the AC. I am like 14 at stage, just barely. Go ahead and roll the damage. The damage is gonna be mitigated a little bit since it is being shot through a watery sphere.
Through that.
Yeah, so I was trying to figure out. I'm like, oh, that shouldn't be too big of a dick about it.
Yeah, 15.
Yeah, so say that'll take a little bit of that reduced. So it is
like it was
still up, but it is it still wouldn't have been enough to kill it no matter what. But you see that like seared through, like most of that fizzles away.
And there was a lot of panic through him seeing that they're getting hit, and it was like, I can do this, I can pull them both. I couldn't quite get them like the magic to get them both pulled for me because that was what I wanted, was to get them both pulled for me. I couldn't do that, and it was like a lot of him trying to figure out what to do.
All the sorcerer
and
calculations.
Just panic, firebolted.
Always good fallback, but that's you got that's bonus and all that. Any movement?
That's it. No, I'm saying where I am.
All right, do. You see a little firebolt come through. This thing gets lit up in front of you, so you're still able to kind of see the spot, we'll say, as before it like fully disappears. But it's still disadvantage on attacks.
Alrighty, we'll try and do a produce flame at that.
Hell yeah. How does that one read?
Well, that's a 9 to hit, but I thought that would post the VTT. But yeah, it's just a ranged spell attack,
Excellent.
and it's god awful with a nat one.
Yeah, you try and find the spot to light up in the thing, and it smothers the flame before it can begin in the oxygen that's swirling around that still comprises of the creature. Any movements or bonuses?
I'll just stick where I'm at.
Trixie?
Nat 1 on a produce flame. Thanks, Caleb.
Yeah.
I'm at disadvantage for these. There's no reason not to just take a couple shots at the thing, just regular shots.
Yeah, it's like right up in next to you. You're like, I know where you're at. Let it just blind and fire.
Oh,
Both
first
hit?
one. Ooh, nice.
I really should have called one at a time.
No, just doing both.
10 and 6, so 16.
With that, tell me how your arrows put this creature down.
It's just really close range. She's barely pulling the bow back because it's not a sharpshooter shot. She's just kind of plinking them in there, and they just get caught up in it, spin around, and then something inside cracks and the whole thing falls.
And you see as it falls apart, and it just bursts apart into a gust of wind, as these are off of the battlefield.
Aljin drops the spell. Yeah.
And with that, we will move out of initiative.
Did they use a lot of a lot of resources? Oh, damn it.
That was a very tough, very fraught, scary battle. As you all take the moment, catch your breath, and Carlisle sitting there panning, the water's dripping off of all of you. Everyone's hair is all wild and astray from the attacks. A very bad hair day. Also, working title for the episode.
Mm-hmm.
And he just says, "What in the fuck was that?"
I was really hoping you would tell us
Ah.
what that was. Because it's your pond you're sort of keeping us at.
And
What happened?
he goes over and looks at the spot where the last one had dissipated, and he picks up out of that spot the small control, that little iridescent crystal that he had used originally. And he says, "I believe whatever sent those were invisible stalkers. Those are air elementals made out of specific magic. Those were sent here with a purpose. Someone created them, and they were here to follow a task. Now we must figure out who and why." And with that, we should take a break.
Jesus.
Bye.
She's gonna start hunting for her missing arrows. I unloaded 12.
Yes, very. Yeah, you almost ran through a whole fucking.
Quiver, yeah. And I only get 6 back. You only get to collect half the arrows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
Bing
Oh,
bong.
man.
I think we all know what comes next. Needed that music after that. Woo.
Yeah, that was
no
tough.
kidding.
That is a bastardly battle, because I'm like, these things specifically are invisible, and that is their whole shtick, and that is a difficult thing to maneuver around.
Ugh.
Well, we will be right back. Woo! See y'all in a few.
I'm super excited to see how the rest of this goes after that being the opening to the session. Yep, I'm back too. So I'm excited to see how the rest of the session goes after that's the opening to invisible creatures.
Yeah, they hit a lot and they hit really hard.
They hit a lot and hard. Yeah. Yep. I'm not gonna say it because I'm not gonna say it. Because Al's gonna go see if anybody needs health potions at this point. How's everybody looking?
On a scale of 62, I'm looking at about a 38.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
All right.
All
Returned.
right. Happy you sound. He's like, I just beat your asses with two entirely invisible entities. How's everybody doing?
Pain.
Life is pain, as a
Life is pain.
blacksmith once said.
Mhm.
Whew. As I say, my room definitely gets getting sweaty up in here. But survived. It is now a bit of a mystery. But it was supposed to be a simple investigation. You know, what else in this module? Why would a thing be exactly what it says it's supposed to be? And with that, here we are. Might be a little too upbeat. Let's do this one.
That's how the DM's feeling right now. Is that upbeat one?
Got into it, but you all catch your breath. Carlisle Krugen, the little gnome, the scholar, and he says, have you ever seen anything like that before?
Nope, news to me.
Were they wind? Can I do a check on it somehow to find out if I've like are they wind elementals or something similar to that?
Yeah, make a nature check.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
21.
Yeah, so you know the nature of invisible stalkers. Since they are born out of elemental magic, you do remember lessons from your grandmother, and she would talking about the creation of elemental creatures that are summoned from the different planes. These ones are, I believe, were called more invisible stalkers. They're still summoned from the native plane, but transformed by a powerful magic that's sole purpose to pretty much achieve a task that whatever its creator says.
Sort of pull everybody together and be like, all right, so those were basically a wind elemental, but like formed into invisible stalkers. So for some reason they're being shoved to here, so there's something they're trying to protect under here. I'm guessing. I'm thinking.
Well, I suppose the only way to find out what they're trying to protect is to go investigate it, yes?
Yeah, after they just absolutely wrecked us, yeah, let's go down to their plane of existence and figure out what to do. Yeah. How's everybody looking? I mean, we luckily we bought some potions of healing, right?
Yes, I'm okay more or less. They just kind of got the jump on us a little bit, I think.
Whatever their goal was, it seems that they were trying to get this. And these things follow very specific orders, so either they were told to come and retrieve and get rid of anyone else that remained, or something along those lines, given what we just seen. They follow these orders to the letter, if possible. They are very resentful creatures.
What do you think they were trying to get again?
And he pulls up like the little iridescent crystal, the one that basically the device he used to like allow you to get in. He says, "This is what I use to control the Life Dome. And it's like I mentioned earlier, it's natural, but it automatically operates. But I'm able to control the different levels and fluctuations of the pipes and the flow of water from the caverns below. So whatever they must have been after this, whoever sent it." As far as who has the capability of creating such creatures, it's very very powerful magic. So imagine someone who is very well versed in enchantment, summoning magic. Any I was trying to figure out do you know where the rumors came from that were sent you here to investigate?
I'm afraid I do not know.
Either way, I recommend that you maybe report back to the professor, Prolix, and see if you guys can think of anything, find any leads on the creation, on who would be able to control 2 invisible stalkers. That's very powerful magic.
It's been like 30 minutes since we left the magic
Yes.
shop at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We can find out from Prolapse if he has.
Yep.
Because you keep saying it. If he has any ideas, or I mean, if you guys want to go back, find out, or you just want to trudge through. Going back's probably maybe get some answers, or at least a different route.
We could potentially go back, maybe get some answers, and take a little bit of a short rest, and then continue forward if you.
And I can steal more arrows.
I mean, they were given to you, not really stolen. He said, "Take what you want."
Give, steal, borrow. What are these things?
Verbs, I think.
Exactly. And I don't know what that means. So let's go get arrows and information.
Okay, let's. I mean, I think we'll be back in a little bit. We gotta find out. We're gonna try to figure things out.
Okay, yes, I'm gonna go through to make sure everything's okay and that nothing else was messed with.
Sorry about all the glass. It sort of became crazy.
Yeah, we'll send in repairs to the Crystal Chateau. Thank you for preventing that from. If y'all hadn't been here,
It would have killed
this
you.
would be lost.
We
Yeah.
understand. Yeah, it would have fallen, be dead. Yeah, understandable.
Well, with that, I will be here awaiting a report, and maybe I'll get a few guards in here to stand ready just in case.
All right. Well, hope maybe back later today to figure out what was going on.
Excellent. Y'all head back. Where you heading back to?
At this point, Prolix to find out what the hell just happened.
Excellent. You all head back and make your way back to the Crystal Chateau in the Sigil District. Another short jaunt, very, very easy to get through. You come back in, and Prolix is waiting there in like the one hallway as you enter in. He says, "Oh yes, welcome back. Oh my God, what happened?"
Well,
He just sees all your bloodied forms.
absolute invisible monstrosities attacked us. You know what we can't do or well? See invisible things, which really messed us up. So, what can control 2 invisible stalkers? I mean, what are we dealing with at this point? Because you sort of gave us like, hey, maybe check this place out. It was not a big deal, and it sort of was a big deal.
Yeah, that is very concerning. Invisible stalkers, you say, and then they go, and he goes and starts like looking through stuff. He says, here's the, and he hands you all the 300 gold pieces for the troubles.
Oh man, that's per person, right?
In total, sorry. That's as much as the stipend allowed, but no, that's
100%.
sounds like interference. Definitely from if I had my money, those med reddlers, the red meddlers.
The
Yeah, and he put
consortium of
they seem to be behind everything that bad happens. I've encountered invisible stalkers before at the magical shop Mystical Pursuits.
You think they have something to do with it, or
That's the only thing I can think of. He's the only one that seems to have had the capability to summon them that I've seen around the city, at least. I mean, the nature of invisible stalkers There's been trouble. Anytime someone's tried robbing in the past, they've reported that they, attacked by unseen servants.
Who runs that shop?
Their name's Amkenzie, a tiefling. And I would say you were mentioned when Simon, when you were at his shop, he
Yeah,
was throwing a lot of shade at the tiefling.
they were next door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think I need to lay down for a little bit before I go out. Anybody else need to just take just a minute, sort of rest?
Yes, we'll make sure you don't bleed all over the place.
I'm not guaranteeing anything at this point.
Aljin's at 8 HP
Jeepers.
of 37, which is not high, or 47, which is not high.
Yeah. Remember,
Okay.
you only get half your hit dice back on
Yep.
rest.
Yep. 100%. But that's better than nothing.
Exactly. Those
Boy.
days add up.
Yeah.
But,
Trixie
Alright.
pulls out her bedroll, lies on the ground, walks over to where the unenchanted arrows were, grabs 6 of them, and shoves them in her bedroll, and then lies on top of them.
Alright, I think we're gonna take just a moment here, and then we'll go talk to Kinsey.
I'm Kenzie,
I
yes.
think
Yeah, that's her name.
Her. Okay, excellent.
A bit of a soothsayer, more of a charlatan, if you ask me. Wasn't even good enough. They were a dropout from the Crystal Chateau. They couldn't even make it through the,
Not even orientation, eh? Couldn't make it through orientation.
yeah, they, if you ask me, they make their living now just defrauding wide-eyed tourists with mystical displays and fake enchanted trinkets.
Well, great. Maybe, I mean, if this is the person that can conjure more of those things, fantastic. This is gonna be great. This is gonna be great for us. We're good at this.
Yes, pick all the time you need, so you all be able to take that short rest as needed. Roll any hit die, make sure tracking those. Any other abilities or features that retrieve at long rest or short rest.
1, 2, 3, then take a short rest.
I'll say at this point it's probably getting on closer to like noon in the afternoon. I had the early morning running around the town and to the shop and then investigating that. I'll say it's probably about midday.
Man, I mean, I thought maybe the day's kind of flying at this point, and just absolutely going to a beautiful grotto and then just being beat up entirely. It was fantastic.
Another day in Ank'Harel. Be pleased.
Yep. Okay, be pleased, I guess.
But with this report, the higher ups there will be definitely very, very pleased. So you didn't find anything while you were there, did you? Like from the rumors?
Oh, an absolute ass whooping. Was that what you're looking for?
But you didn't see any
No?
tunnels or passages or secret entranceways? Because
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's we. And he goes and pulls out paperwork, and he's like, "These were letters of our, various people around town, and overhearing snippets of conversation, and that's what they say they started hearing. But it came from a few different places, all in the same night, and that's why we thought maybe there was credence, something had been discovered. But if you didn't find anything, that's even more troubling and mysterious."
Do you see anything? I mean, I looked down and saw just silt at the bottom. Do you see anything else?
I didn't see anything from the surface, but if you were to really get inside and take a look, I suspect that there's probably a little bit more to be discovered, that water has to be fed in from somewhere. Uh, I wouldn't mind going back in and giving it a second look.
Oh, yeah, allegedly from the caverns, they were very, just before, after the calamity when the city rebuilt, they built around this magical oasis that would, fluctuate wildly. Early explorers always chalked it up to, has to maybe some weird connection, underground water oasis connection to the realm of plane of water elemental. We're not sure, but that was why they created all the pipes and everything to the Life Dome. The whole point of that was to control the water and make sure that we could sustain livelihood around the city. So, with some luck, I maybe could find some of the early blueprints or reports, but that might take some time. But
So what do you think? Follow up on that, or try searching for another hole?
Your guess is as good as mine. I know the Cobalt Soul had recently brought in some water Ashari folk, but they in their attempts to researching around the area, but I haven't heard anything from that lately. I would say, Finian, I think you've heard mention of Kieran had mentioned that in the past.
Yeah, and it's sort of not wanting to go over there at this point.
But I'd say it's definitely been the hour by now. You've all had your time to rest up.
Maybe go have a conversation with the shopkeep and see what they have going on. We could also go, I guess, talk to the Ashari if we need to.
Yeah, let's start with the shopkeep.
Okay.
Excellent. You all head your way down through, and you do know the location. It was right next door to where Simon's shop was. And only takes a little bit of time to get there. Is there anything that you guys would be trying to do or prepare or worry about on the way?
So how do we want to do this? We play good cop, bad cop. We just want to go in acting dumb. How do we want to? Because assuming they're hostile, how do we want to deal with them?
Yeah, taking you to the Suncut Bazaar.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, hear me out on this. Do we think we're going to be able to do anything other than play dumb?
No, not really. I don't think.
So
we're going there to find out information. That's what we need to do, but we need to find a way to make them think that we're just there to shop. How do we sort of pull that off? And try to get information, because do we think they're part of the Vermilion Dreams? Do we think they're just sort of bystanders at this point? They're the ones that can control invisible creatures. But what do we think was going to happen?
Do you think a more stealthy approach is necessary?
I think we need to get as much information without blowing the cover that we've been sent here to check on them. I wasn't really the big idea person in my last group. I was sort of just the person that talked a lot. But for no real reason.
I could perhaps turn someone invisible if you think there might be something physical to investigate.
I mean, that'd be interesting. Still won't be able to see if they have invisible creatures there. I won't be able to see them, but at least they won't be able to see you either. Maybe. I don't know how that works. Should depends on how they see, I guess. Who's stealthiest? I mean, Dudu, you. No, I'm sorry, Trixie, you.
I'm not exactly trained in it, but I'm pretty nimble.
Dude, are you good at sneaking around? I mean, I guess I could change someone into a small creature like a bug or something, but then their mind might be, if they smell like sugar, they might want to just, hold on, let me look. Can I even do that? Can I even do that? I could do that because I could do some fun magic BS.
I mean, Dudu, could you wild shape into something?
I certainly could, yes. My wild shapes would last about 4 hours right now.
Well, should be something small enough to like sort of be able to sneak in there. Like a stink beetle, a stink bug. Those things can get in anything.
Yeah, that might be more effective than turning me invisible. Sneak around for.
I mean, I could technically do both.
Ooh.
Could you?
Invisible.
That won't work. Could you turn yourself invisible and then turn yourself into a creature, a small creature?
Yes, I could also turn someone else invisible and then turn myself into a small creature.
Be two different things. Interesting. I'll leave that up to you guys. What do you want to think of that? I mean, if you guys want to just sort of be around and we try to talk to this person, talk to her and find out what she thinks.
Well, you do seem like the one who's best equipped to talk to.
Oh, yeah. Maybe. No? Yes? Fine. I mean, okay, let's do that. We'll get close and do some spell casting, and then we'll sneak in. And you two sneak in as I try to at least keep their attention toward me.
All right, sounds like a plan.
Okay, great.
Hell yeah.
Now, on above board, what do we need to find out? We need to find out that this person is part of the Vermilion or the... what is it? Oh, man. I gotta look at my writing now. Something of memory.
There's the Sentinels of Memory was
Sentinels
the
of
other
Memory.
one. They
Sentinels of Memory.
mentioned that was like an organization that was like against the expeditions and excavations down below.
Mhm.
They were saying like, oh, this is shit that better is left alone. We don't think anyone should be there. And that's kind of what their vibe has been.
Okay, cool. I think, okay, that was one thing I needed. Okay. I think I can work with that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, get close, and you turn invisible, and you turn into a bug, and you guys sort of sneak in as I figure out what to do here. And as we're like right next to where we think they're close, I think we'll duck into an alleyway and like
Get to
sort of
this.
cast the spells. Yeah, get everything like set up.
Yeah. So it's one invisible, one into a beetle.
Small creature, yeah.
Small creature. Excellent.
Yeah.
Hell yes.
What would you turn into, Dudu? What would you turn into? What is Dudu's flavor?
Yeah. So let's see. I think Dudu would choose something that's suitable for the surroundings. So I think maybe like a scarab or something.
Ooh, yeah.
Cool.
I love that. Yeah, easily enough, you are very familiar, Earth Ashari, sand, desert. Bread and butter to you. You are able to find the most unique, perfect, like, exactly the type and, like, subspecies of scarab that you can do while you turning Trixie invisible.
Yeah, Trixie will gain the invisibility spell for an hour, and I will wild shape myself.
Excellent. And then,
Which is
are you both? When you get to the storefront, you see colorful tapestries frame the entrance to this establishment. Beyond the threshold, there are silk curtains that cover the wall, and that's like the farthest that you can see, and it's kind of like a loose, like hanging tapestry of an entrance. You kind of have to go through like a little bead wall and everything.
I think Aljin, when he walks in, it'll be like a little big, his hands will go up as high as they can and like open the beads, like very grandioso, like, at this point, like, I have arrived type thing,
Yeah.
knowing to like put on some flair that there is other creatures around him. And he holds it a little bit wider than he needs to as he walks in, and like arms go behind his head as he waits a few extra beats, hoping that the invisible friend falls in behind him, and he lets it go.
I will ask. You have the cloak of billowing, I believe, right?
No,
Who had that one? Is that Ludo?
that was given to me, but he wrapped his stuff. In it. That was not.
It's
I
a
did not
moment you
actually-
wish you had.
Yeah, I wish I had it. Yes, but it was one of those ones that was given to me, but it was wrapped up in like his letter and some stuff that he bought and gave to the original party.
Excellent. So go ahead and make
I do
a
not have that.
performance with advantage still, just to see how grand of that entrance it is.
Okay. With advantage?
Yep.
So 21 or a 15. So 21.
That 21. Perfect. That's still really good. As you see, you draw the eye of the shop owner. You see now, like, they're in the back. As you make your entrance, you see this interior of the shop. Thanks again, CzePeku. Candles, like sorts of like baubles and sorts of like books and scrolls and very like a flashy show of arcane. But since you guys have like already been into like a real magical shop, you kind of realize the stark difference. Like there's nothing actually like real and tangible on display. It's all just like a craft shop playing Wiccan.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. You see the silk curtains cover the walls. There's like the shelves lined with all this stuff. A bunch of scented candles illuminate the thing. It's a very heavy, perfumey smell. The soothsayer, they sit in the back of the room, her deep blue hood pulled down over her eyes, and there's a deck of cards spread out in front of her as she's like at a small table around her, and she says, "Ah, yes. I have been waiting for you. Come in, come in."
May I be speaking with Mackenzie?
See my was that a cough from real life? Sorry.
It was a real life.
Just making
cough.
sure that
wasn't
wasn't a
me.
Trixie in the back that she snuck in. No, I'm not gonna be that mean. She says, "Yes, I am Mackenzie. I see you have knowledge of the divination as well."
I am, and I'm excited to see such a grand shop in such a common area of this side of town. I haven't found a shop that has quite. It looks around at like the common items, such a great amount of magical prowess as you have.
You have a fine eye for the occult and attention to the arcane that most seem to glaze over. Yes, I see wondrous things for you. Come in closer. And it's like you take that moment to step in. I'm going to do a Trixie and do in this moment.
I feel like I would try and like weasel my way into like any back rooms or anything. I'm looking for like documents or anything or any sign of misdeed.
I'll say with a pretty good distraction from Aljin so far, eyes pretty focused on him. As go ahead and make that stealth with advantage. As you and Trixie as well as you all move in.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm basically doing the same thing, but I'm not trying to open any doors that Dudu can like just fit under or through the cracks.
Yeah, let's see how little of a visually y'all are not giving off much, but the DC is gonna be way higher for the scarab. Like your DC is like easier to meet because you're a scarab in a shop.
Jesus, Trixie.
Perfect. So you all are making your way in, and it's, I'll say, because you both know, it's as Aljin walks into the store and is like a very seen visual thing, you feel both of you as you go to slip past Aljin, there's a brief breeze that comes your way that you all feel both pass you, and it's like Aljin, you kind of feel it kind of come next to you, and that small cool breeze that you now are very familiar with is very nearby.
Oh, great. Fantastic.
Okay. Yeah, you can. I imagine like you get like a little bit of goosebumps that break out on you.
Mm-hmm.
But as you Trixie and Dudu get in, you can both give me a perception, or if you're like trying to get in a little bit more, it can be investigation, and that will just still be like without disturbing stuff. We'll say.
So 23 on the perception sheet.
Both of y'all nailed that.
Nice.
Yeah, so you're moving around, and it's gonna take like a moment or two for y'all to like look and see. Like you're helping also like step around where as Aljin closes the gap, she's kind of like sitting behind the counter now. So I'll say like Scarab, you're able to find like a curtain that goes into like the back room, and I feel like Trixie, you're able to like get a good look behind the counter behind where she is, and you're feeling pretty undetected still. But she continues on with Aljin. While you are looting around for a second, she says, "Come, let me tell you the fortunes that you seek and that you deserve."
That's what I'm here for. I'm looking for what is happening in the mines. There's some things happening. I'm supposed to go down into the excavation sites, and I want to know if that's what I should be doing. My destiny is.
And you see she cocks an interested eyebrow. She says, "You are being pulled for the expeditions down below."
Yes. I mean, it seems quite scary at this point, because I think anything that happens down there should just sort of be left alone, and it's very concerning to me.
Those are wise words indeed. Let us take a peek in what your future has in store. To help the magic, I might need a component. Silver works fine, but gold is better.
I understand.
He sort of just like hands over 2 gold pieces to her.
Won't veer far into the future, but let's see if we can find some fortune underneath the surface. And she begins to shuffle up decks and like move the cards around all wildly. For anyone in real life who might know what a Hindu shuffle is, she's doing that. It's where you like pull the cards from like over the top to the bottom. It's what card charlatans use when they're manipulating a deck and they don't want you to know it. I will say, Trixie, you're very familiar with that type of shuffle from the Feywild. It's very
Sounds right to me.
yeah. And if Dudu could see it, you would probably be able to catch it as well. But very fast, very fanciful flourishes.
Hold on one second.
Okay.
Heard something weird.
Oh yeah, Pelt is okay.
That's always good.
Sounds
to be like,
concerning.
there's something strange. I think at this point, I'm gonna do a perception because I've traveled enough with a satyr, at least a little bit with a satyr.
Mhm.
And see if I've noticed any of the. Nope, I don't notice any tricks.
Yep.
This looks
But-
all like it's supposed to look.
And she quickly shuffles out a few cards. And she says, oh no, this doesn't look good. And the first one is just like, I'm really about to make Hunter really mad. Because I don't know anything about cards or tarot.
Oh, you're good. Go for it.
She says, I see the tower. Like, these aren't even going to be real ones that I'm naming, most likely. She says, the tower, that is fraught with peril. There's a large obstacle in your way. That is for your future. Now we're looking to your past. And she flips over another card and she says, the crow. You leave death in your wake, or death has been close on your heels.
He's just like, okay.
And then for the present, you're looking. And she pulls out over, and it's a large moon facing down towards you. She says, but right now it is bright. There's much potential, yes. I believe that your worries are true. I do believe that your thoughts that maybe some things should not be left. Some things should be left undiscovered. Not that those fools in the excavation know much better. Thank you. Molly Mock stack. I should probably have had that ready.
Yeah. Is it looking at the moon, seeing the moon and the coloration of the card, and like sort of looks? Is the moon a red moon, or is it a standard moon shining down upon?
You look at the card, and it's definitely like, it's almost as if the color has been sapped out a little bit. And she says, maybe it's just the cards are faded, or maybe it's a little uncertain, but...
You swear that point will point to his hand and the scar mark that's like this red that was there at one point, and he'll like point to him like, is it more of a vermilion looking moon? And he points to his hand, trying to figure out if she is part of the vermilion or like sort of trying to get an eye of her.
Go ahead and
This
make
point.
a persuasion check. Hell yeah.
You've gotten good
I've been
graces.
validated.
Yeah, you've been validated. Yep.
With that 15
Yeah.
persuasion, she says,
Mm-hmm.
there are many mysteries involving the Vermilion Moon. Many dark dreams that perhaps some should take as omens. Perhaps, fools shouldn't be digging down and causing more troubles. I believe the light shows everything that is known and illuminated. That is where we should put our attention. Yes. I do believe there are some like-minded folks if you're ever interested.
I think at this point I am interested in maybe a group of vermilion like-minded people.
I hear that the first eclipse has many good drinks. Or if you're looking to keep memories contained in the past where they belong, then you should have some other friends.
Oh, who might they be? Are they similar with the vermilion?
Sentinels is what they go by. Little bit more secretive, and a little bit more new. They are looking for allies.
Maybe I'll take a look at the. Maybe I'll go to the first eclipse and say hi to some people if they're like me,
And sort of like gives her a little like wink at this point.
Excellent. I must say I was glad you're here for information and not any loose hands. Otherwise, let's just say I have eyes on you that you don't even know.
It's a peculiar thing to say.
And you feel like that brush of wind, like kind of move like a little in closer to you.
Hit the wrong button. Something hit.
Yep.
Interesting. I figured a magic like this with such grand power would have some, protections of a kind.
Well, depending on who you ask, there are many powerful mages and scholars. My time in the Crystal Chateau was very short, but let's just say I found a good ally in one of the professors there. Yeah. Lymel Wist. My time at the Crystal Chateau, her tutelage was very favorable. The type of things you are seeking out, I believe.
Excellent. That is what I was looking for. I was hoping to find someone that has very similar ideals as me.
Last name I got. First name, not even close.
Yep. Lemiel Wist, I don't know. It's the fucking fantasy, man.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like,
There's not an umlaut.
what's wrong with George? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what the emphasis is on this
George. Gorgage. Anyway, while that's all happening, while Trixie, you're looking behind the counter and stuff like that, and you definitely notice like documents and papers like on the very front. You do notice as soon as you hear that name, you see correspondences with like a letter that is like sitting in a stack that has addressed to Lymel on it.
I'm not sure how good I am. I'm going to be grabbing this.
Mm-hmm. And then you scurry into the back in little scarab form, and you see there's definitely more like things here, like actual real type of stuff. So there's actual not just trinkets, but there's actual like fine jewelry, some golden bracelets, some studded golden rings, a couple 2 jewel encrusted necklaces and tiaras are like up on a high display shelf, and you see there's also all sorts of actual like spell components around here, and sitting in the middle of it there's a almost as if it was recently being enchanted or worked upon, like a small little bead of a red crystal that not sure how much description Aljin has given about. He's never enchanted the red, but yeah, it's just a small red crystal that has a very weird, similar color to that red figurine from the day before.
Okay, I think that's probably enough for me. Is there a window in this room?
No.
All right, so then I would try and scurry out the same way I came back in. I don't think I want to spend too much time here. I just wanted to kind of see what was.
Yeah, you definitely see like, all right, here's some actual like more valuable things, but that red crystal sitting out might be a very good telltale. And then back behind Trixie, are you doing anything behind the counter?
I'm nervous about the eyes on me. Possibly like the fact that that might be giving me away if it runs it. I think I'm just gonna keep investigating, like
Mhm.
looking for things, if anything's out, maybe that I can get eyes on.
Yeah. As you're looking around, because we're rolling that 23 perception before, it's you see those correspondences, and now that like you've heard things, you see it's almost like a spell component ritual list, and you see it involves just because you're kind of tuned in and hyper aware of it, like things that involve like air elemental plane summoning energy, a focus to help like direct and the thing, and then there's like matters of intention, and you gather that might be like, oh, this is how someone summons an invisible stalker.
Neat. She thinks to herself, and not out loud.
Mort.
Smart.
She's
I think I want to get close to where the correspondence is with Limely.
actually just
Lee-
try and get like a closer read of it, basically, without disturbing.
Yeah, I'm not trying to touch it just yet.
All right, go ahead and give me another advantage stealth check. As you try
Oh,
and like
boy.
close that gap a little.
Uh-oh.
Unseen, but as you are coming and like stepping a little bit closer, it's like a wooden board. It creaks underneath you as you put your weight down to like kind of like pivot to lean over to like get that like top view of it. And you see her and Kenzie, her head snaps around. She's like, what was that? And Aljin, you feel a rush of wind blow past you, and like some of the the leaves on the plants over on the counter kind of have like a wind blast past them. What do you do, Trixie?
Is the correspondence like shot up around by the wind?
Go ahead. Luck Wizard's not here. Give me a luck check.
Damn!
You want high.
You want high?
Don't tell me that! Ah!
You see it just like the candles next to it is extinguished real fast, but the pages just kind of flutter a little bit in the wind of power. It's not that big of a gust.
But some of the papers are moved.
Yeah.
Trixie slides a finger underneath and moves the correspondence a little bit.
knowing I have friends here,
Mhm.
like invisible friends, I'm going to cast. It's going to be one of those things like as she looks away, I'm going to druid craft some. It's going to be like spiritual fairies in like red, like imps, like fairy type things, like floating around that area, and I'll be like just casting them and be like, oh, it's a good omen. I see you have friends around here. Maybe these are the eyes you were speaking of. As like in the area of that, like casting these like little fairies floating around that area. Is this what you were speaking of?
Yeah.
Invisible eyes.
Post the language of Druidcraft real quick, just so I can also see the spellcasting components and stuff for it, since you're clearly vocal and somatically casting a spell.
Somatically. So I can do it without. I'll actually burn some. I do have some sorcery points to burn it with subtle spell, where I can cast it without vocal or somatic. So it's going to be if she looks away, it's going to be a vocal. I'm not going to cast it with vocal, but it'll still have to have a somatic. But if she looked away from me, it would have been cast with move my hands at least.
All right. So Trixie goes to put a finger underneath the paper. You start casting Druidcraft in response to that. The noise and the looking away. What does do? Do.
Do. So yeah, I imagine after kind of like crawling back under the door. I imagine I might. Gosh, I don't know. I'm trying to think like it'd be like super low to the ground, so I might not see any of the commotion that's going on. I would try and like scuffle my way back to the front door then.
Excellent. So yeah, you just start scurrying. Will you be trying to avoid being seen, or are you just like going full, I'm just a bug walking across the floor?
Yeah, I think I'd try and go for like a stealthy approach.
You go and make that a stealth with advantage.
All right, 22.
Excellent. And you start moving, scurrying away. That goes unseen, so I'm going to need from Aljin make it a deception check. As while they're still looking away, you're not sure where the unseen eyes are at, and you're trying to help cover your movements and, like, create an effect that happened, you know, like, just after something that someone's responding to.
Yeah. So Trixie, it's the subtle spell removes a requirements of vocal or somatic spell components. So I can remove, from how I read it, a V or an S component.
I believe in the sorceress in the meta magic it says any verbal or somatic components.
Oh, does it?
It's the word any that makes that it removes both of them. Also, the fact that I have previously been using it that way as
yes,
as Saeryn.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah.
I mean, if that's how the DM was to, let me read here.
Yeah, what's the full exact wording of the whole meta magic? But I'm pretty sure it says all. Yeah.
Is it all? Okay.
It doesn't say all. It says any.
Let me look here. In meta magic.
Yeah, the context of like the sentence will matter.
Yeah. So subtle spell. When you cast a spell, you can spend one source point to cast it without any vocal or somatic. Okay.
Yeah, so that makes it like if the spell has either of those, that means that
either
those. Yeah.
Okay, so it would be done silently and motionlessly.
Excellent. Yeah, that will help that out a little better with that cell in it.
Yep.
So we'll make that a deception with advantage. It was basically like your reaction to what's happening, more or less.
And that was sort of the whole thing of like knowing I have. And I was going to point out that I had a 14 passive perception, so try to listen to. So 27.
Yeah,
at that point.
That is kind of a really good lie.
Really, I have a +8. It should be a good roll.
As he whips her head around and she sees, these like little like impish red berry things.
You like the vermilion red at this point, like, and like I said, Aljin sort of pointed out, like,
oh, this must be the unseen eyes you were speaking of before.
And like keeping them there, this, trying to throw out like any other noises around them.
Losing your marbles, more better.
Yep, exactly.
And she's just like, what? Oh, that is a sign. I'm gonna say, while that happens, so Trixie, were you grabbing that paper?
So I have my like 2 fingers around it. I'm not trying to pull it or anything. I'm just kind of shaking it in the wind. And then once I see a whole bunch of stuff just pop around me, Trixie will immediately use a phase step to get the fuck out with carrying the piece of paper, which I believe means that I'm now carrying it. So with me, I did not cast a spell or attack. So I'm just out of the place, and I'm gonna go hide around a corner for a minute.
Hell yeah. Just because I've been stickler, what does the exact wording? Does it mention anything about a puff or a flash, anything in your trace, or is it just a instant bamf, basically?
Very good question. I do believe it's gonna leave a smell, but give me a second. He's already doing fairy stuff, so I'm hoping to take advantage of that. Let me get the exact wording.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. These are a bunch of cool new abilities. Let's figure this out, because I love this quick, like, boom, 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 boom.
I love the statement of, I think it's going to leave a smell.
All right, so phase step, bonus action, magic teleport, 30 feet, unoccupied space you can see. You can use this trait a number of times. You lose proficiency bonus, and you gain all expend use when you long rest. Third level, it gains an additional effect. I'm Spring. Spring, when you use your phase step, you can touch one willing creature within 5 feet of you. The creature teleports instead of you, appearing in an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you. So that's phase step exactly for Spring. Doesn't mention any like light or poofs or anything like that.
Hell yeah. We'll say, I do like the idea of a faint breeze of a spring, you know? There's like a small floral scent just wafts in that place, and it's right in that spot that you just were. A whoosh, invisible mass of air goes into that exact position as you whoom instantly at the same time teleport away, and you have that correspondence in your hand, and you are outside the door.
And still invisible, which is the important bit. I'm going to walk away.
Yep, as that happens, a little scarab beetle scutters out the door as well. Were you fully leaving, Doo-Doo?
Oh yeah, mission accomplished in my eyes.
Hell yeah. And she's turns back and sees those and that is an omen. That is very peculiar. I did not think you would be such good fortune.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen anything like this. This is a magical shop. I can't believe it.
Good feeling about you, I'd say. Yes, go seek out Limal Wist. Make your way to the first eclipse. What is your name, young sir?
It's Finian. Finian Wave Rider.
Finian
Yeah!
Wave. That sounds very
If I had the cloak,
name.
it would billow behind me.
Yep,
but
exactly.
in his
In
mind,
his head,
it's like
it's there.
billowing. It's not there.
He's commanding it too, and he's like, oh.
It's not happening.
And she just says, I will send a correspondence to let him know to expect you.
Excellent. Thank you.
Now, is there anything else I can inquire for you? You need a salve to earn a lover's affection. Do you need any ways to help locate anyone or anything that you might be missing?
If you have, I'm looking for someone, yes. Also, anything for long distance locations?
Yes, I have here a magical charm that will send you in the direction of your biggest heart's desire.
What is that? What would that be around me? For friends, of course.
Of course, I would say, at the discount, 5 gold pieces.
He hands her 6. And for the trebles.
And he just slides 6 gold and takes whatever knick-knack POS she has.
Yeah, it's like a small, like, silver-coated charm. Who knows what the full substance is underneath that. And it seems to have some, like, arcane rune and sigil on there. And has, like, a little bit of, like, stamped and etched feeling, and it has good warmth in your hand.
Okay.
All right. I mean, I'll take it. I'll maybe investigate it. I can't like identify anything because I'm not that kind of wizard. I'm not kind of like sorcerer. But I'll take a look at it later, maybe. Or I'll forget about it and it'll never come up again.
Yep.
One of those two things will happen.
Add a bauble into your inventory.
Yeah, silver charm is what I added, and I'll just sort of like give her a little nod and like walk out.
Excellent. And you look out and you take a look around. You see a small worm kind of sliding along the ground, and you're like, did Doo-Doo change form?
Yeah.
And then you do see a few some footprints in the sand that just randomly appeared there and then started moving off in one direction. And I'll say, Doo-Doo, you're outside at this point, and you see Aljin standing there.
I'd like to find like a little alleyway or something where I can drop the shapeshift.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that way it doesn't just like, look like random beetles or turning into people
Into
on the
people.
street.
They're here. Okay. Just starts going Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
All right, and then you eventually, Trixie. Imagine you didn't head too far away.
No, absolutely not.
Yep.
I'd probably not. Well, I'm proficient in perception. I'm not sure if I would see a beetle. I would definitely start listening for Aljin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure enough, you're able to see them coming out, and you guys can follow a set of footprints that end in the middle of nowhere, like off on the side of the road.
I'm just gonna drop concentration on it now.
Yeah, you're like, I like to think like Trixie's like picking her nose at that moment.
Oh yeah, with the bow.
Yeah, just it's like up in there, and then like boom, you become visible, and you're like, oh no.
With the bow? Really? I mean, fingers are... It's gross. Either way. I think we need to head back. We need to at least get out of this area. Let's get walking. What time of day is it at this point?
Only a little bit for like probably 1, 2.
Okay. I think we should head back, talk to Prolapse real quick. I think there might be some issues in his court.
Yeah. And you see.
Well, maybe we should read this first.
What's that? What'd you find?
Just some correspondence with someone with a very, very strange and kind of ominous name.
Is it like Lime Whist or something like that?
Are you reading my mind?
No, I don't think so. She just told me. She seemed very she gave a lot of information for very little context.
Oh, well, yeah, I took one of...
Oh, excellent.
I took one of her letters. Here.
Well, at least
go
that's
ahead.
proof. I mean, that's proof and not just hearsay, so that's perfect. Let's just... What does it say?
I don't know. It's in an envelope. I can't read through the envelope.
Okay. He takes it and he pulls the one dagger he has out and cuts the envelope and starts reading the
cut
letter.
through the seal, and it's you're looking through, and it's correspondence from Harlow Wist, and it's addressed to Mackenzie, and it says, research in the Kalmar in the excavation site is going well. No one suspects a thing. We need to start recruiting more and putting pressure on from the outside. I have sent a sample up for you to investigate and look at, and it must be returned to the Vermilion Consortium of Vermilion Dreams. And it says below I have included the components and instructions to summon invisible stalkers.
Well, could be pocketing that. We need to at least get back and let him know that there is a person in his ranks that is casting spells for invisible death monsters, as we saw them earlier. So we should probably at least talk to him, at least go talk to Prolapse a little bit.
Either him or Samuel, right?
I mean, maybe? I think it's sort of because Wisp is part of the same organization that Aaron's thinking that I'm going to keep calling him Prolapse. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
That Prolapse is part of. So I think that should be our first go about, right?
Yeah, but weren't we supposed to be checking out the thing in the dome? That was for the All-Side Allegiance, not for the Vermilion Dream.
Yeah, but I think the Vermilion Dream is sort of the counter to
the
The All-Side
other warlord?
Allegiance?
Yeah, I think they're like counters. Like the Vermilion Dream is going against Prolapse and his friends.
Well, I'm just thinking that we were on All-Side Allegiance work
Uh-huh.
when we got attacked by invisible monsters.
Correct.
The invisible monsters
Uh-huh.
probably came from Michaela,
Following
who's
you so far.
associated with Whist,
Yes.
and Whist is associated with the Vermilion Dream.
Correct.
And Prolix is associated with the Vermilion Dream?
No.
No, he's not. He's Allegiance. He's All-Side Allegiance.
Correct. I think.
It's like she's desperately trying to build out this web of social influence and this not able to contain this many names.
This
Like,
is a
I had
lot.
10 intelligence, but she's from the Fey realm. This is not something like people traded names all the damn time.
yeah. This is like
Thank you, DM.
Thank you, DM. I want to say that
Characters are talking themselves through this, not the players. We wrote
No.
this all down earlier.
yeah, at this point, Dudu's what's Dudu's intelligence at this point? Because
Dudu's
I'm a
12.
10, 12. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Dudu's 12. Dudu is the most intelligent one of all of us. I think Aljin and Trixie both looks at Dudu like, right?
I guess that makes sense.
So either way, we should probably go to someone that's at least maybe he'll pay us more. Is that something? We have information. Do we trust this group? I mean, I trust them more than probably the Vermilion. The Vermilion tried to get us killed, I think, at this point, from what we figured out. Oh, I felt a breeze come past me in there that
So did
felt
I.
very similar to getting hurt a lot.
Yeah, I think she had invisible stalkers in there with her.
At least one, yeah. I mean, I kind of did too. but I
Or an
feel that
unseen servant, maybe. I
maybe-
don't know.
I feel like you being invisible is like dangerous for just a little bit, where theirs is dangerous for.
Yeah, but then you have fairy fire. That's what it's for.
Well, I didn't normally have that. That was sort of
Wow.
like from you a little bit. That's sort of like your. I have this thing where I can pull some magic from people, and that's a little bit of you, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
How's
will
Megen-
also mention that I snuck into the back room,
Uh-huh.
and it seems that they actually can do some real magic. They don't keep their normal stock up front. And also, I found a red vermilion kind of crystal, very similar to the figurines that we encountered.
You didn't touch, did you? And at this point, Aljin will grab their hand and like look at it, like making sure there's no
No,
spots.
I,
No?
I just took a look back there. I didn't want to rummage around too much. There wasn't a window for a clear escape.
Okay, don't touch those. Like those red crystalline things that look like that statue that just absolutely was a pain. Don't touch those. Those are bad.
Got it. Red crystal's bad.
Red crystals are bad, yeah. I mean, most things are red bad. Like there's snakes that have red on them. Those are bad. There's some bugs that have red on them. Those usually hurt. I guess red is sort of a bad color, all in all.
It's been so good on this campaign so far. What do you mean? Everything is so
Yeah.
vermilion. It's it's great.
Actually.
You all making your way through the streets, talking your theories, and you're heading your way back to the Crystal Chateau to talk to Professor
Prolapse.
Polix Yusuf. I have to like catch myself every time. Thank y'all. No. As you all getting back to the Crystal Chateau, you're greeted. Before you even get upstairs, you're on the street. You hear a small shout from an alleyway as you're passing by, and it's like, "Psst, hey, over here!" And you look over, and it's Perlix Yusuf, like kind of like has like his hood up and is like with like a cloak on, and is kind of like trying to stay up over into the shadows. He's like, "Oh, over here, over here."
Okay.
I feel this is like the least sneaky party, and we're like, Professor, how you doing? Like waving.
Considering in the other party, the sneakiest person is the wizard.
Yeah, that's true.
I just think with a group of
Yes.
players, we're not all about this life.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That would be it.
Very surreptitiously. It's very not covert. You all huddle into one alleyway, and he's like, "Here, I think someone is trying to frame me for the attack at the Life Dome." He whispers to you.
I don't think that's it, because we just spoke with Kenzie? Yeah, that was her name. And she had some unseen servant creatures that felt very much similar to those at the dome in her shop. Plus, I'm pretty sure she's part of the Vermilion, the consortium of Vermilion Dreams.
Well,
She pretty much told me so.
well, that's actually really good. We might be able to use that. You see, this afternoon after you all sent home, when I was doing some studying, I was walking down the street, and a thief, they came and snatched my satchel. And you notice, like, he's always had, like, a small, like, leather satchel around his body, and it's missing. And he says, I reported the theft then and there. I went back to the chateau in the hands of Ward. And then, just a little bit ago, like, within the last 30 minutes, someone used a sending spell. It notified me directly in my head. I don't know who sent it, but they told me that my satchel had found its way to the Crystal Chateau, and I should go claim it at once. I was heading back there right now, and then I just found this in my pocket. And he digs into his pocket, and he pulls out a small silver ring with a stripe of red metal that is sliding around it. He says, I think someone slipped into my pocket. I swear it's not mine. It looks-
Are you getting married?
Congratulations.
No, none of that. Thank you,
okay.
though, but no, thank you. It's, I think it looks like one of those magic items that has been salvaged out of the Kaomaro, but I can't be sure. You believe me, right?
I mean,
Insight check. I was just going to answer. I'm like, you know what?
You know what?
We have a role.
Hey,
we have a role for
There's
this.
like a whole game system about this, y'all. I mean, those
I have
numbers
a
ain't
plus
really gonna.
5 to insight.
Is Dudu checking this?
I think Dudu's just kind of like, kind of clocked out on him. It's just like, what?
Just like what? Why?
Stupid.
Yeah,
Sure,
just like
one wise person is like,
flabbergasted in
"Ah."
disbelief. Like, what?
You all please, Aljin, you've known me for a while now. Well, for a few weeks at least. I mean, we've seen each other all over the globe.
who seems to have framed you? I mean, have you heard this from, like,
Well, I don't. What?
Professor Whist?
Wish? Why do you say Lima Wish? They're a colleague, and they been.
No. I hate to tell you, but they're part of the Vermilion Dream also.
Oh, that is a very serious accusation, lad.
It's not just an accusation. We have at least some proof.
Well,
He,
what do you
like-
have?
Looks at Trixie. Like,
We have proof.
Trixie handed the letter.
Oh, damn it. Hold on. It's right here.
he
Oh,
opens it up,
yes, and-
hands him the letter.
I had it,
And he
sorry.
scans the letter real quick, and he says, "Oh, that's this looks like they're writing, but you this is really good, actually. I thought that they were a friend, but I mean, you have to admit the timing of everything. Me finding this, and he's like still holding that like red striped band of like in his ring in his hand, like just like plucked in between his two fingers, and he says, Why would someone send me a message directly about my satchel? I think there might be something incriminating in there, or someone might be up to something here. This is all very odd."
Maybe when the ring gets real close to it, something happens.
If that is indeed a Lima West, we have to find a way. We can't just. We have to find irrefutable proof and connection. But if we have to let the higher ups know. But I know how the bureaucracy of it all works. We're gonna need to create something airtight.
Can I do an Arcana check on this ring at least to see if it has
do it
some
with
sort of
advantage.
magical properties? Okay. Well, not the 5. Let's try something else. Try another one. A 19. How about 19?
That's better.
You feel a pulse because it's as Prolix is sitting there and he's holding and he's just like, who would do this to me? I'm such a good scholar. This makes me so angry. And you see like a vein start popping out his neck and he says, the audacity to interfere with our business. It makes my blood boil. And you just get a flash of like unseen red light. That is a ruidium infused ring.
That is touching.
That is touching. That's not good at all. No, can't do that. I think at this point he will pull out. He has a quarterstaff. He also has a little dagger. So he pulls out just this. I think I have a little dagger. Yeah, I do have a little dagger. I'm like, hey, Professor, can I just And he like pulls his dagger out. He's like, and grabs his hand. Is like, let me just take this from you, and pulls the ring off onto the dagger.
Yeah, go ahead. Make a quick persuasion check.
Okay.
DC 13.
Nope.
He goes to snatch it back. He's like, whoa, what are you doing, laddie?
I think you just need to take this away. This is ruidium. It sort of poisons you as it goes, and he'll like point to his hand like, I've had it. It's not great. And it makes you do crazy things.
Ruidium, and it actually like frames me. And he drops it onto the ground, like all of a sudden. He says, "Oh,
yep. Don't touch that with hands. Someone pick that up without touching it with bare hands."
Trixie just starts looking at her hands, looks down at her, starts biting. Like, what do you want me to use then?
Gloves? An arrow?
Ooh, and pulls one arrow out of the quiver and tries to spend some time trying to get the ring just around the arrowhead.
Yeah,
Damn,
easy enough.
We're the dumbest group.
Amazing.
Oh no, it's a snake arrow. No.
Goes to bite you. And he says, well, I believe if that's what you say it is, then that has to have come from the expedition. That means whoever planted this on me, there has to be a trail left somewhere. These items, as they're brought out of the expedition, there's paperwork, the people involved, and the comings and goings, and everything that's collected, and everyone gets completely searched in and out. So we might be able to find some trail of paperwork that can prove any connection to this, and then with that might be enough to go make a confrontation.
So we just need to find out who brought this ring back, and then we can go talk to them. Okay, we need to work on that. We also need to find out where Professor Whist is and make sure they're sort of being checked all the time.
I was going to say after this mission, I was going to induct you as formal members of the Allegiance, but I'm going to stay away from the chateau until this all gets figured out.
Might be better if we're not formal members. That way we can delightfully on the outside for a bit.
I think that's for the better. Whoever is doing this, they might not be aware of how involved you are all yet. That ambush that you all walked into, that was meant for one of us professors from the Allegiance. I just sent you that as, so I could do my other errands for the day.
Oh, wow, you would have been so dead!
And you see, Obedus way, he's like, and he, the weight of everything just, kind of hits him, and he says, yeah, laddies, things are getting a little bit out of control. And
I've hunted things in the Fey realm, and that was a close call for me.
Aye. Well, we're gonna have to
And
start some
Iridium Ring.
research.
Wow, that's 2 close calls for you in like 2 hours.
I don't.
Just leaning on this
Yeah,
guy.
no, it is. You are making it so much worse, and he is like visibly like pale and just like sweating. Like,
Hey,
apologies, a
Trixie,
little bit of a warning.
I
It is
think-
a full blown panic attack that this guy
Yeah.
is getting
Trixie,
into.
I think
Oh no!
I think he's having a little bit. Let's take sort of a look away from him and realize we're not getting badges today.
Oh, no badges and no hole.
And with that, I'll say, does Dudu have any immediate reactions?
I just feel like the jaw has been dropped this entire time, and it's just like, what is going on? Like, I can't even believe this. It's just like,
Very convoluted.
How did these chuckle fucks get caught up in this much intrigue?
It truly is. As we end this session with the B
Let's try this
team.
Let's try this again. Hold on, ready? Hold on. Trixie, we don't have any badges and no hole. One more time. One more take.
Sobs quietly to herself.
And that is, I think, how the B team has to end this time before a whole nother part of mystery and research and libraries and secrets and lies and names and not the fun Feywild kind. As we are hunted by invisible monsters. You still eventually have to go talk to a wizard about some other stuff.
I guess.
It's a
yeah.
long fucking day.
This is a big day.
And this is gonna get weird with the timeline because you are still a little bit behind the other team when they have to go fight a dream beholder. We'll see which one we get back to next time. Whenever these adults can all get together again. Thank you for watching, like and subscribe. Yeah.